J-Bot here from Stretford Paddock. This is Transfers Live. It's a special bumper edition. It's deadline day madness. Yes, joining me are Joe Smith.
Hello very much.
Yes, and Mr. Adam McCullough, who may or may not be in a bit of a dairy coma. Is that true?
He just drank a litre of milkshake and we can't move him.
Milkshake.
We've still got more litres left.
Oh, good lad.
We will be drinking.
Yes, so we're going to be here for the next 3 hours. You can see the countdown behind us, taking you through any last twists or turns in the transfer market involving Manchester United or anyone in the Premier League, actually. We'll just be casting our eye on what's going down. We'll also be having a little chat about the deals that we've done, because I believe we've actually signed a couple of players this summer.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Tom Heaton's here.
Tom Heaton.
Back!
That's the main one, isn't it?
The King has returned.
The King is... That's, like, the most important transfer.
I think that was the most important transfer.
I can't think of any that match it, really.
And then we signed a young winger from a German team.
We did well that one. You know what? Because I didn't even know we were in for him.
Yeah.
We literally just announced we've got him. I thought I've never heard of him.
Just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
We've done well to keep that under
one day it was on the gossip column, next day it was in our team.
Like literally over 24 hours it was done.
And we got this unknown centre half as well.
I know. And if you're going to win trophies, though, is he the type of guy that's going to win trophies?
Because Real Madrid were broke. And you got to ask yourself, like, they were just trying to get rid of everybody.
Yeah, so we'll see how that one pans out. And also some other kid.
Yeah, Chris
Ron.
His name's Chris, that's all we know.
That's all you need to know. Already Matt Moss is in the super chat. He says, no signings today, but who cares? Viva Ronaldo. Is that right? Am I doing it right? Sorry, thank you. That's how it should be. Dominica.
That was one of your best ones.
Navita, welcome to the first team. Thanks for becoming a member. Do get involved. You can join as a member. You can check out some of the merch we've got as well.
Paddockmerch.com.
As that man over
I
there
have to get told I look like Ronaldo.
Who tells you that? Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie Wonder, because he's a famous blind. That's why he said it. Idiot. Fucking LJ.
Who tells
I think
you
it's when I'm
like
topless.
Ronaldo?
Who told you that? Was it
It's when I'm topless.
Was it someone? Ray Charles? Was it Ray Charles? Was it? Because people are making that joke for 50 years, Jay.
It's when I'm topless. Trust me.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna get
You should have make jokes about people that can't see.
I'm not.
Yeah, Jay.
Right, I'm sorry. Okay, then. Who told you that then? Someone who's really fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Someone with great eyesight.
Right, okay.
Actually.
Yeah, like, what was it? Who told you that? A peregrine falcon? One of the best eyesights in the animal kingdom.
You know far too much random facts about animals.
He does know. Like,
Also,
condor, longest wingspan in the world.
The peregrine falcon has got is the fastest animal in the world. Dive up to 200 miles an hour.
Do you know once, I was at my granddad's. He lives in Aston, And
used to.
We was in the front. No, he still lives there. We was in the front garden, and it's terraced houses, and there was they just have little gardens at the front.
Yeah.
Like, and we were chilling in his garden, and bro, I seen a big eagle or a hawk or something, just swoop down and pick up this fucking cat or something, bro. Mental.
Really?
It was mental.
You saw an eagle pick up a cat.
It was a kitten.
A kitten.
It was more like a pigeon.
A kitten, which, by the way, is the cutest of cats. Actually, I disagree with that. I think adult cats are cuter than kittens.
Factual.
Anyway, don't worry about
What, an eagle, where's this, in Birmingham?
It was a while ago.
Right.
It happened.
And it picks up a cat.
I was
Are you sure it wasn't a tiger?
Are you sure it wasn't a lie?
It wasn't a lion.
I saw an eagle pick up a car, and they drove away with the car.
I was 8 pints in.
I wasn't drinking then.
And when I say eagle, I mean the owner of the cat.
Did have some shrooms though.
Did you?
And then it went into a UFO that split
But you know
into
what?
3.
I'm being serious.
Right, okay.
Like,
this
you
is, the
always
sort,
think
this
I'm
is the
joking.
sort of analysis you're going to get about deadline day as well tonight. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, we've got all the info.
I also advise these two, First 15 minutes, keep it professional.
You did. And we've stuck to that very well.
Yeah, let me hold on. Let me put
Man United, actually, you say no transfers, but Man United have already confirmed a transfer today. 2.
Yeah, sorry, I'm being a bit sort of flippant there and dismissive, some would say, about Manchester United's transfer business today. Tell us, Joseph, what have they done?
United confirmed Cristiano Ronaldo had signed, rejoined the club this morning.
I'm going to get into that in a minute.
We'll get some quotes. We'll get all that coming up.
Lovely quotes, by the way.
We also confirmed that Daniel James has joined Leeds United this afternoon.
I'm not booing Daniel James, by the way. I'm booing
you
Leeds.
just did.
Booing Leeds,
I'm
and he
booing
did
Leeds,
boo Daniel James.
We all Leeds.
I'm booing Daniel James this year when he comes back.
When he comes back, you're booing him?
And I'm booing Saka as well. Bukayo Saka.
For missing the penalty.
People need to stop cheering people for missing penalties. What the fuck has the
Why
world
don't we
come
just
to?
not do anything
How
to
about no? How about no? Do you hate Arsenal?
I don't boo random Arsenal players.
Do you hate Arsenal?
I feel sorry for them because they're a
Do
joke.
you hate Arsenal?
Slightly.
we're booing Bukayo Saka.
Yep.
They can't call us racist.
Do you know what I'll do?
Oh yeah, I can't. I won't boo him.
He can't boo him.
I'll clap him.
Yeah,
I'll clap him.
Shout at you for booing.
I'll clap
whilst
him.
booing. I'll boo. What are you doing?
I'll clap him,
Hey,
but look at you two booing and sort of go.
Fucking stop it.
Fair enough.
That's
I'm
how
gonna do like that guy in front of his TV. Boo.
Yeah.
At the
I'm gonna
camera.
turn around the Stretford and film myself. Boo.
Someone put Saka on that screen right
Well,
now.
I'm not booing because I
I
don't
am.
care.
And
Like,
I'm
you
booing
do-
Daniel James.
I like the fact we're picking on the hard men here.
Show some loyalty.
Sacking Dan James, eh?
Nah, I mean, I really
He's
don't
joking,
care. He's
by
gone
the
to
way,
Leeds.
because like.
But I am
listen,
booing Saka. I'm not laughing. I'm not joking about that. I'm not joking about that. I'm balancing out the world.
Right.
Because it's full of wet wipes. But
Fine. Peter Holland, welcome to the first team. Thanks for your support. J.E. Fruscione says, do you think getting CR7 helps or hurts our chances of competing with other clubs for Haaland next summer?
Ooh,
I'd enjoy
good
hearing your
conversation.
thoughts. I like the fact you've put that as well, J.E. Thank you. I'd enjoy hearing your thoughts. Nice.
wouldn't the signing of
enjoy hearing your
Sancho
farts,
help
Jay.
us more
To get Haaland.
than the signing of Ronaldo?
No.
Ronaldo probably hinders us more, right?
He said hinders.
Oh, sorry.
Well, he's asking the question, like, because do you think Sancho matters in this deal? Do you think they are bezies or anything, or just teammates?
I don't think it matters, but it can help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think it makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
But I think it could help.
Apparently, when he went to Dortmund, like they pulled out all the stops in terms of like they added him. I know it sounds trivial, but all the players added him to a group chat. They were chatting to him like, "We can't wait to see you here." Puma did a special kit for him and all that sort of stuff. They like pulled
For
out.
Haaland?
Yeah, when he got him from Mulder, they did a lot behind the scenes to make him feel
Salzburg.
welcome.
How
Solberg, sorry, not Mulder.
How come-
But they
why?
pulled out all the stops though, just to make it like we want you here, make him feel welcome, all that sort
Part
of
of the
stuff.
team.
Yeah,
It's
part
a
of
bit
the team.
weird, that, isn't it?
Well,
It worked.
didn't it? They've got a player that they're gonna, it's gonna score about 100 goals from, then go on for 74 million or whatever it is. So, whatever it takes. Maybe I'm not saying that's the case, but maybe Jadon Sancho is sort of chatting to him and introducing him to others and whatnot. Who
On
knows?
to that question, I think Ronaldo will hinder our chances.
Do you?
Yeah, we're going for 2 years.
Yeah.
Haaland is leaving next year.
Yeah.
We've got an optional third year in Ronaldo. He may well leave. How could you think he will leave? Sorry, he may well hinder him. How could you not think otherwise? I do think we've put Ronaldo ahead of
You
Haaland.
could potentially see Cavani and Marshall leave, and then you add a Haaland and Elanga into the squad or something. That could happen, but I don't think we'll get Haaland now. And I've said it before to you two. Look, I think Haaland's a great striker, but we got Mason Greenwood, and I think Mason Greenwood's better.
Yeah.
No, I've been genuine.
No, I'm not laughing at that.
I
I'm
know
laughing at
people
something
will
I've
come
just
out
read.
and criticise me for saying that and say, "Oh, you're stupid," and this, that, and the other. But trust me, if you put Mason Greenwood at Salzburg and then at Dortmund, bro, I promise you he's scoring goals like this. I promise you he's scoring goals like that.
Yeah.
Like he is. He just is. We got Greenwood.
Nipol Suka says the club is fully back under Jose. We were linked with Longstaff's, Perisic's, and other basically sexual offenders.
When we link,
Now we got Ronnie, Rafa, and Sancho 21. He's coming. Sue. It took quite.
Can I see the word?
It took it's NONC.
Oh
Yeah. It took it. Yeah.
Yeah, what's one less than once?
Yeah. It took quite a twist that super chat there. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest with you, but yeah, he's
like
happy.
Ron Burgundy did it as well. He was reading it all. Like, wait.
Wait a minute. I don't want to say that out loud. Carl Coogan says, lads, quick question. What had you more hyped? Woodward announcing he's leaving or the announcement of Ronaldo, Viva Ronaldo?
We know what the answer is to that.
Yeah, come on. Like Woodward leaving was funny, but I don't think it changes a lot. It's just another idiot who's
And
gonna come in and take his
I
place.
wasn't fooled by that Woodward leaving.
No.
Because he was already leaving.
And it wasn't like
And he's still here.
you wouldn't go celebrating like the way you celebrate Ronaldo coming and get all emotional.
I didn't
about
sing a
Woodward.
song.
Yeah.
I did,
Unless
but
I did. I can't remember.
If we
We
sing
were
it now,
we were
we'll
live when it
probably
happened.
Yeah.
And news drops, and it was just funny. Just started laughing rather than like, oh my God, this is great. Should we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo? Because he's released this statement today. It's been announced. It's official, obviously. I won't read it all, but...
Can I just say something?
Of course you can.
We signed him for 12.5 million in 5 installments of 2.5 million.
Very good.
That's
nice.
Not a lot, is it that?
That's a disgrace.
If he does
Have
lots of
Juventus-
things for us, like scores loads, got that, he's going to look like one of the most ridiculous deals.
I
ever.
feel like we should send them more money.
What, us?
Like, yeah.
Personally.
Was 3.
Yeah,
Thank you.
send them free.
Read the full thing.
All right, read
Treat
the full
yourself.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got
so
3 hours.
This is Cristiano's Ronaldo's
And,
statement.
and read it very slowly.
Everyone who knows me knows about my Never-ending love for Manchester United. The years I spent in this club were absolutely amazing, and the path we've made together is written in gold letters in the history of this great and amazing institution. I can't even start to explain my feelings right now as I see my return to Old Trafford announced worldwide. It's like a dream come true. After all the times that I went back to play against Man United, and even as an opponent, so I've always felt such love and respect from the supporters in the stands. This is absolutely 100% the stuff that dreams are made of. My first domestic league, my first cup, my first call to the Portuguese national team, my first Champions League, my first Golden Boot, my first Ballon d'Or.
My first Eccles cake.
Yep, they were all born from this special connection between
First
me
Blowy.
and the Red Devils.
Get that word out your mouth.
History has been written in the past, and history will be written once again. You have my word. I'm right here. I'm back where I belong. Let's make it happen once again. P.S. Sir Alex, this one is for you.
Gorgeous.
Has anyone ever ended a statement quite as brilliantly as that?
I say I make every statement and end it with that, but
P.S. Sir Alex.
so it's this
This
one's for
one's
you.
for you.
But he never listens because he don't know me.
What I like
He knows
about
me.
that as well is the punctuation and grammar is spot on.
Yeah, he definitely didn't write that.
Yes, he did.
He
With a
said
paper
it
and
Was-
pen.
he wrote it with his heart.
Yes, in blood.
Do you know what?
Farts.
Yeah, I'm a romantic. Yeah, so I'm gonna ignore the fact that he was about to join City, and say
No,
I
he wasn't.
fucking love it.
He did. That was a ruse to get all the City fans going.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it better when he joined us.
Yeah.
But what's what I'm going to do, lads? Let's get on this one.
Do
Told
you-
Pep I'm going.
I think
Wait
he
till you
was,
see this shit.
I think he was genuinely about to join City. But do you think him and his agent possibly had a conversation like, United aren't in for you, but if we get City on board, they'll definitely want you.
100%. I think that's what happened. I think he wanted to come to United. United hadn't made any moves. He played a little bit of footsie with City, and United come steaming over, grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, and dragged him home.
What you think you're doing?
Yeah,
Messing
the
about
hell
with
do you
her?
think you're doing that car now? Get up, shut up, shut your mouth.
Get upstairs!
Shut up! Speak to you later. Yeah, I think that's how it went down.
His lady friends are always speaking to him like that.
Do you? I don't. I think he was going to City.
Right, I'm sorry.
Love you.
I was on my way home.
Walking in a taxi with 5 of your mates, all chanting to the brass. I was on the way up. They were going to drop me off on the way there. I think he was going to City. I
Yeah.
think we're being naive if we think this was all some ruse to get United interested.
Well, I like to be naive when it suits me.
Yeah, I'm happy for you to be that. I'm not going to. I'm not
But
going to.
can I just say, he basically said 21 is coming, you know.
Yeah.
read that last bit again.
He said,
History has been written in the past, and history will be written once again. You have my word.
hashtag 21 is coming, he put on Instagram.
You
I'm
have
here.
my
I'm
word.
right here. I'm back where I belong. Let's make it happen once again. P.S. Sir Alex, this one is for you.
Great, that innit?
Yeah.
Or do you think he's sort of being like, what are you making me do this for, Dad?
No.
Bit of that in there.
Do you reckon?
Nah.
I reckon he proper does love Sir Alex Ferguson.
Oh, he would
yeah.
have to.
Because you seen the interview
How could
game
you
where
not?
he spoke about the time when his dad was ill, and Sir Alex was like, we had a load of games, and Sir Alex went, don't worry about it, just go and see your dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, we had important games, and he let me do that. I never forgot that sort of stuff. Fergie gave him, like, he said to him, didn't he, in that last year, he remembered all the shenanigans, give me one more year and you'll get you moved to Madrid. They did it.
Even little
There was
things
no
like,
animosity, I don't think, on either side.
No.
you know, at the Champions League final when Fergie waited for him.
That's so nice.
And you know, just little touches like that.
Yeah.
Because look, football is obviously a world where it's quite small, everyone knows each other, and, you know, you can... But I don't think people hang around like that for people that they don't care about.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're... I'm not hanging around waiting for Joe. I might for you,
Thanks, bro.
but not for Joe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's being honest. That's what we need.
But if he walks past, I'll say hello.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna hang around.
You know what I mean? Be civil with him. It's not like it's, you know what I
And
mean?
say hello to his kids.
Waiting
and all.
around for him. Do you know what
Get
I mean?
them
It's like,
muppets.
come on. But no, there is obviously an affinity there. And let's not forget, like, Fergie doesn't have that with all the players. Like, even players that now he gets on with, like the Beckhams and players like that. There was a time when he fell out. Do you know what I mean? But with Ronaldo...
Rude.
Yeah, rude, obviously.
Roy Keane posted about him on Instagram.
What did Roy Keane say?
He just like welcome back home, like or something like that. Like wow, posted a picture with him. How many people does Roy Keane rate like that?
No, this is it. It's like, well, Roy Keane did it. I remember seeing them chatting before a Champions League game. I think Roy Keane made a point of going over to him, and it's like, Ronaldo, there is something special about him, isn't there? This isn't just like...
And I would say Ronaldo's one of the few people that Roy Keane would look at, and obviously not be in awe of because he's done everything, won everything, whatever. But like, he's one of the few people that Roy Keane, I think, would look at and go, fucking hell, what a player.
Yeah.
Whereas I think he might be the only player he's ever, that Roy Keane has ever played with where that would cross his mind.
Do you think, like, because when Roy Keane left, Ronaldo was still developing as well, he sort of Roy Keane probably saw that raw talent and knew that if Ronaldo was going to hit the dizzy heights that he did it, he had to work hard and do all the things that Roy Keane loves. And he's done it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Because when Ronaldo arrived, there was like this thing of his bags of skill, but one trick pony, one step over too many.
Bully, all that.
Yeah, that was the sort of criticisms that are going around, believe it or not. But he's literally like one of the most dedicated footballers ever, and has made himself this sort of, just phenomenon. So Roy Keane probably looks at that and goes, "This is a guy who just does it the right, has all that talent and does it the right way as well, and does it for Manchester United."
That thing, and you said there has all the talent. This thing of like Messi's raw talent and Ronaldo had to work for it. Two things there. First of all, Messi works so hard, by the way. And secondly, Ronaldo is still one of the most talented footballers ever, and he worked dead hard. People act like Ronaldo was some shit lad who played Sunday League and then he just went to the gym and got a tan and now he's the best player ever. He was still one of the most talented footballers ever. His balance, his poise, his speed. That's what I'm saying. But like, he wasn't just shit and he made himself ace.
Was you involved in that lookalike thing that I saw on Twitter?
Nah, that's some bollocks.
Right.
What's this?
See them videos? I like Joel Weller as well, but Joel Weller did a video of Ronaldo walking around and he had a full kit on. people walking up on, like, "Oh, Ronaldo!" Yeah, Ronaldo walking around London in a Real Madrid kit. What? And shin pads.
The shin pads are a good touch.
Oh, mate. Yeah. Alpha, welcome to the first team. Thanks for your support.
Do you take your McDonald's uniform everywhere with you?
Nipol Suka says, "Fellas, just wondering what time the suit booking is on. Just told me Nan to tie some red ribbons for the parade. I've got bottles of Stella strapped to me like Vin Diesel in the pacifier. 21 is coming."
Our last home game's Chelsea. That's when we're unveiling the title.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
We've already won it by then.
Then we got Crystal Palace final game of the season, and that's when we'll have our last away game.
Nice. J. Frasconi again, thanks for your support, says, "Which turnaround was more of a relief to you all? When the Super League looked a lock and broke down faster than a Soviet sedan, or when Ronaldo went from blue to red in 24 hours?"
That's a great... All right, so listen.
Yeah.
Alternative scenarios.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is at City.
Yeah.
But the Super League is here.
Yeah.
United is at... Ronaldo's at United, no Super League.
Yeah. I mean,
you've put the two bad things on one side and the two good things on the other.
Yeah, you've not done that right.
Come on.
What is it?
He's in a dairy coach,
Okay.
I told you.
Cristiano Ronaldo joins Man United, but there is a Super League.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He joins City, there's no Super
Correct.
League. Is that good, sir?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mrs. Smith.
I don't know, man. That's difficult, isn't it?
Super League or Ronaldo?
I suppose, even though I love Ronaldo to bits, I'd rather no Super League in that scenario, and I'd take my medicine. Yeah. I just can't. You can't send you back.
But then you know when you go,
and the Premier League potentially as well.
Come on.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway,
I've been in the Super League.
Which is more relief for you, though? So, answer to the last question: which is more relief?
Well, based on that logic, the Super League, but
Ronaldo.
No, for me, the bigger relief is this.
You think?
Yeah, that is in terms of relief. Like when the Super League ended, I was sort of like, okay, I thought it might anyway.
Yeah, that's the point. That Thursday night, we were like, Ronaldo's gone.
I've ever seen you ever.
I have this.
I've got it bad.
It's kind of like, remember when I was telling you my feelings on death, my selfish feelings on death.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like it. It's like we can have Ronaldo, but everyone suffers.
Yeah.
Or
you just take the selfish thing, wouldn't you? I want him.
I'm taking the
but everyone else in the world will die. I want Ronaldo.
Sohail,
I basically told him I don't want to go out on my own.
What do you mean?
He said if I die, I'm taking you lot with me.
I just don't like. I hate
if I die. See, he's like me. You might not die.
I hate the thought of just everyone moving on with their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have this conversation.
When you go, no one cares a week.
Do you know that thing when you say, most people say one of two things. One is, I don't want to miss my family or my kids growing up.
Yeah.
Or, I don't want to make my family sad that I'll die. He says, I don't want them to ever forget me. I want them to be sad forever. That's what you want.
Like when
You're the opposite.
I'd rather it be the end of the world.
Hideous.
Why don't want to die?
So selfish.
Yeah, no, I'm scared of it.
Well, you might not.
Sometimes when I go to sleep, I just lie there like this. What happens?
Can we talk about something else?
And then like I just get caught in this loop, and then I'm there till 5 o'clock.
Mate, don't worry, man. That's just some stuff.
Scary.
They tell you that though, but you might not even.
Like, is it just going to be dark forever?
Well,
is the show sponsored tonight, Jay?
It's sponsored
by
Adam's untimely death.
By paracetamol. No, it's not really. It is sponsored, and I've
by
got some
Co-op Funeral Services.
It's not.
Exciting news across the UK.
Yes, man. Here we go.
Shall we give it a minute?
Boost it. Boost it. Come on, Jay. Hit me with it.
Exciting news across the UK.
Got you, man.
Our friends at Manscaped.
Yes, Manscaped.
Just launched their 4th generation performance package.
Yes.
Yes. The ultimate package includes the lawnmower Joe, it's the lawnmower, right?
Yeah.
It's not a 1.0.
No.
Do you think it's a 2.0?
Well, I mean, that'd be good.
It'd be good, but it'd be stupid.
Right.
It's not the 3.0.
Why would it be stupid?
Because it would be. It's the 4.0, Joe. You heard that right. The 4.0. Manscaped, the leaders in male grooming, have done it again to make your grooming game next level.
Yeah.
Join the 2 million people or men worldwide who trust Manscaped with the new Performance Package 4.0.
Jay, can I tell you something? And this is the honest truth. I shaved my asshole in the bath before I came to work today.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Yep.
my actual booty has been cleansed of its tendrils.
That's good because if you go to manscaped.com, you get 20% off and free shipping with the code Paddock Live, because we've all had those little moments, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where we've had accidents. I mean,
I've nipped the balls a few times, you know. It's not good. The anti-nick technology on them things is a life. I'm not even saying it because they sponsor us. I'm saying it because it's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've nicked them old knackers a few times, and it's like you think you get away with it. Oh, I stopped it just in time, and then next thing you know, it's bleeding like God knows what.
But you don't get that with Manscaped, like I said, anti-nick technology.
I love the spotlight. The
I
LED
love them.
spotlight.
I want them.
That's what I like, to be able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I like to have the lights off in the bathroom.
Because normally I have to put a torch
Bit
on.
of
That's why I have your phone with your torch on.
In your
It's
mouth?
ridiculous. Yeah, like... Your missus on the door. What are you doing in there? We don't have to do any of that with the lawnmower 4.0.
Have you finally got your gob round here? No, it's
He's a proper deviant. He strangles himself when he has a tummy tank.
Where's my flesh-coloured tights?
Shut up! Don't open that door! Right. Anyway.
Don't let the kids in! Don't want him to see the daddy like this! Anyway, manscaped.com for all your grooming needs. Use the code Paddock Live for 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Right. Shall we talk about...
He uses Manscaped.
Brucey boy. Shall we talk about a team that isn't United? We'll come back to some of United's trends.
You don't get this on Sky Sports News, a shit wankers.
We'll come back to some of United's transfers.
Sorry, I've got loads of super chats here as well.
Go on.
Sorry.
Stupid chats.
I need something like that. So Heil Daz sitting here thinking about Ronaldo bagging a hat-trick versus Newcastle with a happy feeling in my pants. Viva Ronaldo 21 won't be the only thing coming. Pure filth tonight.
It's awful. It's because it's past the watershed. It's not. It's only 8:26.
Madav Malik says, I know United won't sign anyone else. I'm just there to listen to you three. 21 is coming. Hashtag 21 is coming. Thanks for your super chats. Also, we have got a bit of news as well, a bit of an update there, as you can see from the graphic. Cavani to stay at Manchester United. There were some rumours doing the rounds, weren't there, earlier today, that he could have been going to Barcelona, I think, at one point, it looked like.
Those were the rumours.
Yeah, sort of rumours and conjecture that maybe, now we've got Ronaldo, we don't need him, maybe his nose is a little bit bent out of joint because there's been talk of Ronaldo taking the 7, all this sort of stuff. But he's staying, and I'm glad about that, to be honest with you. It was like you were talking earlier, weren't we, about a week ago, Edinson Cavani was like, we all loved him. Yeah. And then when people think he might be keeping the yeah, it was. It was like Toy Story.
Also, there was this thing, wasn't there? I know it's been rectified now, but this whole suggestion that he might miss up to maybe 20 games this season.
Yeah, now that was stupid, wasn't it? Because it was like 8 trips or whatever it was, and then there's quarantine, and he's sort of.
And we gave him more time in Europe. Like the thought that he would purposely do that did tick me off, but maybe he had to kind of brief the press that because look, they've ultimately gone back on it, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you keep him. Plus, you never know what happens with Mason. Does he have a dip in form? You never know. You know, does Martial's form continue? Does someone get injured? Like you don't know.
Mason and Cavani seem to have a good relationship. Seems to be learning from him.
You know, it's good as well.
To develop him like that.
You know, last year we killed Rashford.
We did.
Now, if Rashford's injured. Martial starting.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like anyone could, like we can start a strong front three.
Even with a couple of injuries, we can still start a team
comparable
or better than what we had last season.
Diallo stayed as well, and he didn't go to Feyenoord because of his injury, but he's going to be fit. Ilanga coming back from injury.
I felt so. I wanted Ahmad to get that loan, you know.
Yeah. Do you think
that would have been a very good loan move?
Led to James going? Do you think Ollie looked at him and
I think James would have went anyway.
Do you reckon? Because it's a good deal. We'll get to James in a minute. Mervyn Edward in the super chat says this is like Sky Sports or BT, but 3 onces mucking around. Love it. So there's a compliment and an insult in there. Thank you.
Why are you reading that out, bro? You basically called us three.
Yeah, no, he's really out. Then he went, thank you.
He said, love it.
Thank you very much for the compliment.
What's that all about?
Yes, you've called us the worst thing you can possibly be, and we've said thank you for that. So cheers. No, he didn't say it.
But I think people can work it out. You can read it as well, what he said. But he said, love it. Bro. I didn't read it out properly.
Yeah, we know what you said, but they know what you meant.
Yes, but he said, love it. He was... Tie chokes on DT's, will he?
That's your moment there. Well done, Jay.
Thank you.
What's that all about?
D-Guk says, nothing better than tuning to Jay, tearing up laughing. What timing? And Viva Ronaldo. Thank you, brother. Yep. Philip Lopez says, guys, I've had a horrible day at work. I've just been written up for doing my job, but hearing you guys laugh and joke is making it a whole lot better.
Written up's a bad thing and doing your job's a good thing, so...
It's just typical, innit, eh?
Do we need to slap someone up?
Yeah, we'll come down.
Send Mac around if you want. Hey, he always likes slapping people up. Right. So Cavani's staying. James is going. That news was confirmed. We knew it last night anyway. You was live with it last night, weren't you?
Yeah.
When everyone was reporting it. Been confirmed. 30 million quid, is it? Daniel James.
25 to 30 million.
25 to 30 million. Sorry. We were just talking, weren't we, earlier about how we feel about that. I mean, slightly annoyed myself that he's gone to Leeds. I'm not going to lie to you. Because
you care?
I care about the fact that I'm not going to boo him, but I care about... I don't think we should be giving them players that help them. And I think he helps them. And I'm still old school when it comes to Leeds. It's the worst ground I've ever been to.
There was other options as well.
Yeah, and I hate Leeds.
Brighton,
and I think that if Brighton want him, I don't care. Everton, Leicester. But Leeds, it's like, we take players off them. They don't do it to us. I think, all right, it's Dan James. It's not like they've taken Marcus Rashford or whatever, but I still think we're helping them.
Doesn't the Brighton thing wanting him annoy you when they've got Basuma sat there? Or am I thinking in a proper FIFA
out
mode?
there?
That's not real, is it?
Yeah, speaks or something.
Oh, can we use that? Probably not. Don't, right. He's looking at something very private.
Looking at something there. Right.
That's the most RTK you've ever been, Jay.
Send me that.
Right. So sorry about that. I'm just going to. So Dan James, Joe. Talk about Dan James.
Find out if we can use
Send me that. We can use it.
John James, as you just called him, which is a shoe shop in Meadowall. Jonathan James, I've got a few of my discount.
No, I don't have airdrop.
Honestly, can you two chat in quietness? We've spoken about Dan James. I feel a bit sorry for him. Not because he's
just soft,
but I think the fact that he was the first one out the door in this market. I know that we've got rid of other players, but in terms of
when I name these players, tell me where Daniel James ranks in them. Let's stop thinking like you, because that's how we've been stuck with Phil Jones.
No,
Andreas Pereira,
I wouldn't give Phil Jones a deal.
And all these geezers still here.
No.
So listen.
No.
Listen.
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo, is Daniel James better than him?
Yes. Stop you there. Yeah. No, he's not. Okay, go on. All right, but no, let's not pretend. You can't put Ronaldo in there.
Okay, let's
They're not in the same
winger.
position.
All right, cool. But he can play out on the left, like you admitted earlier. All right. Marcus Rashford.
Worse than, yeah.
What
Dan James is worse than.
I'm going to send you some pictures.
Mason Greenwood.
Oh, after. Right.
Mason Greenwood.
Is better than.
Yeah, but use his ones because they're the fucking high res.
Yeah, do you want him, yeah?
Mason Greenwood.
Is better than Dan James.
Yeah. So I've done Rashford, Greenwood, Sancho.
Better than Dan James.
Marshall. And don't be stupid.
This season
don't try just to piss me off. No, he hasn't.
Yes.
He literally hasn't.
Yeah.
Dan
James was better against Leeds than Marshall has been this season.
Oh, you're about this season. I was thinking of last season.
Right, I've sent him to you.
Dan James is useless compared to them 6 though.
Okay.
Or 4.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dan James when you look back at his United career? What do you think of it? Do you think like decent, good, did what he was meant to do?
Moment
disappointing. What do you make of it?
I think of Chelsea.
The first game of the season.
Yeah. I love that moment for him
because he lost his dad, didn't he, just before his move? Obviously very emotional, crying when he scored. I mean, it wasn't a nice moment, was it? All the players around him and everything. You felt it. You know, whenever I just think of Dan James, I just think of the Etihad.
Yeah.
Those 3 wins at the Etihad. I know one of them was a League Cup one where we went out, but to win sort of 3 games at the Etihad was pretty phenomenal. I mean, he's won more Manchester derbies at the Etihad than Pep. That's unreal.
Yeah, I think he's been good. I don't think he's
does
exceeded expectation particularly. I don't think he's underachieved. I think, like we've said many times over the last couple of years, when we've had to sort of either stand in to defend him or, even you can use this to criticise him on a bad day. He plays the way a £15 million player who's already 22 you would expect them to play. But that's not a knock.
We've always said, haven't we, he does what it says on the tin, James. Like, you're bringing in a player who's 21 for 15 million quid. He isn't going to be one of the best players in the league, otherwise he'd have been a lot more.
No.
And he isn't going to be useless, otherwise United wouldn't have bought him.
Yeah.
First player we've made a profit on as well for how long?
Yeah, and he's the 5th highest transfer sale United have ever made.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a club like Manchester United, the players we've had. And the players we've had that have left us have gone on to have good careers afterwards.
PK,
Do you know
Forlan.
what I mean? We've sold him for more than
Beckham.
David Beckham.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If you're doing it on euros, it's less than David
Yeah,
Beckham.
all right,
But if
okay.
you're doing it on pounds, it's more than David
Right,
Beckham.
sound.
I think it was 33 million euros.
Right, okay. So, yeah, it's, it makes sense. I do wish him well, sort of. If that makes
I
any
wish him
sense.
well. I think anytime
Right,
a player comes in...
I don't wish him well.
I don't wish him ill. I just don't wish his team
I don't
well.
wish him ill, but I don't wish
No, I
him
wish
well.
him as a person well. I don't wish him
I hope
playing
he's
for Leeds.
player of the season when they go down.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Exactly, yeah. But I think he...
Yeah,
players who always try their hardest and always do the work that he the work that he did for United off the ball, for me, get my respect, because, and I've said this to you all the time, you can't have a go just because you earn 200 grand a week and he didn't. But these are the things that get thrown at footballers, that they're not allowed to have mental health issues, they're not allowed to be tired, they're not allowed to have a bad day, they're not allowed to be depressed, whatever. All of those things are nonsense. What I will always say is, if you get paid that much money, you aren't allowed to not put 100% in.
Yeah.
And so many footballers don't put 100% in.
Yeah.
But Dan James did, and I'll always give any player that does that loads of credit. That's why I always give Jesse loads of credit, and I'll give players like that credit no matter what happens and how good they are. Dan James gets credit for me just for the effort and energy he put into United.
We have got a few more super chats coming in. Davor says, it's a serious super chat,
Yeah,
so I'm not going to try make a joke out of this one. Should we discuss the allegations against Ronaldo, civil lawsuits still ongoing, etc.? Do we just neglect this and go for the nostalgia of it all? Me personally, someone DM'd me the other day, loads of this stuff, and I've read bits and bobs, but I've not read enough of it to give a proper opinion on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I hear you with that. I think it was the Spiegel or someone had a lot of info on it. There's a lot of it. I read through a lot of it. But I always think, personally, he's an innocent man until proven otherwise, and he hasn't been proven otherwise. So that's where I stand with it.
I just don't like to comment on things like that, because even like commenting, like what you've made there is just a simple statement, factual statement, but it's like there's a potentially, if it's true, a victim involved and all and it's just. I'm a football fan. I'm here to talk about football. That's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay. Yeah,
like I did my law degree years ago, and there's a reason why I still don't do that.
Yeah,
right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think I'm in largely the same boat too, Adam. To be honest, it's one of those things that when the reports came out, when was it? A couple of years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is just pretty.
When those reports came out,
2009, I think. It was,
when the reports came out, I read what there was to read at the time. It's not something I've particularly kept on top of in the intervening months and years. Obviously, it's one of the things that if it gets proven, if it becomes more serious, if there is things down the line that change, that of course would take would affect the way I think about him and the way that United should treat him and all that sort of thing. But as it stands at the moment, I think it's one of those things that seems to be something that I don't know enough about to really give a full opinion on.
Yeah, now we can stop treading on this ice and
I've got another super chat. Have you got something you want to say?
I was just going to say, we're going to try and get those official pictures of Ronaldo up on the back soon, and I'll let Jay carry on with what he's going to say.
Susanu Vic says, cheers from California, lads. I'm already waiting the Newcastle game so I can wake up at 4 a.m. to scream. They put C. C as Ronaldo bags a hat-trick.
That's
much
another
love.
good one there.
I
think I'm getting professional.
Not
first
as good as the
time,
first one, but
it's because I look like
you know what? I love these ones, right?
Same haircut.
I love this. First time
you
I
do
saw
actually look a little bit like him.
CR7.
Same
I was
head shape.
now I'm 21.
Sorry.
I can't believe we have him back. It's so emotional. Love from Austin, Texas. Does Paddock's ship to USA?
Yes, we ship everywhere. Paddockmerch.com.
Paddockmerch.com. We got you Fernandes. We've got some.
I made
Ronaldo
a new Mace
on
one
there as well.
And my hip hop heads out there will recognise the reference. Others won't, but you'll like it anyway.
Still a good shirt.
Alan has a rather poignant, romantic super chat.
I like this.
Thanks.
I like romance.
Lads, the birds are chirping. My missus is squirting. And 21 is coming.
Jay,
Viva Ronaldo.
The birds are chirping. My missus is squirting, walking in a Fergie Wonderland. Mourinho, are you listening? Birds are chirping.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a lovely romantic super chat. Stop being such a prude. Jed Loveday says, we get Neves.
I suppose this is what sets us apart from Sky Sports, isn't it?
They're probably saying the same thing. Jed Loveday says, we get Neves. I lose my mind. New Nightcrawl's tune. There you go. You see, it's all
Who
on
said
them.
shinier, Darmesh Chefs or Jays?
Oh.
You are?
Darmesh Chefs or Jays? Who said shinier?
We had him on the channel the other week.
I think Darmesh is probably because he's got the slightly wide,
But their lighting's better.
but he's got the slightly rounder face shape than you, Jay. So
I
he's
think
got
actually
more.
identical amount of hairline as me as well.
Yeah.
Looking at
What,
the
zero?
slight
Zero.
Slight shade there. It's like there's a little bit there.
Yeah, the same hairline. If you go around
Yeah.
the back, he's got a full back head of hair. Here you go, look. Stay exactly where you are. There's Cristiano Ronaldo in a United shirt.
Look, what a picture that is. Steve Bruce celebrating Ronaldo.
Look at
Doesn't
this.
get any better than that, does it, eh? Look at him.
Look at that.
The greatest goal scorer of all time.
You think someone's gone, hey,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
get to that fucking Pro Direct Soccer in Lisbon.
There's only 2 Ronaldos.
Right. Dave Lewis says, afternoon to the A-team. Is there a greater likelihood of United signing another player or Howson appearing on Paddock content?
It's a great
Paddock,
question.
I mean,
Very good
I was
question.
about to say Paddock is dead. Paddock isn't dead. Steve might be.
He's on a sabbatical.
He's very much alive, and he's very much alive.
and he will be back. Probably. 1990 Luxy says, are you surprised Mengi hasn't
He's
come
alive.
out?
We saw him
By the way,
tonight and we
he
chatted
isn't.
with him.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I was literally just upstairs with him.
Yeah.
But he's dead.
1990 Luxy says,
Said to him.
are you surprised Mengi hasn't gone out on loan?
That's a point.
Said Mengi, who went out on loan to Derby last season, had a very good time of it.
How many centre back? Derby couldn't sign anyone else, could they? The idiot.
Is that it?
They were a bit.
Oh,
They
right.
were a bit in a bit of a.
I mean, because it has become like a bit of
So
a...
we've got
you
a
know.
centre back: Maguire, Varane, Lindelof, Bailly, Jones, and Mengi. 5.
Yeah, Jones is.
A while away still.
But Jones is Jones, isn't it?
He's played more Premier
So
League games
really,
than
we've
Mengi.
got no. But can you count on him being the 5th centre back? No.
There's another one here for you to read out.
What is this?
It's a jovial one.
Fucking hell, these super chats, honestly.
Mrs. Squirting, like
Just-
water in the
just-
garden. Please don't take my Solskjaer away.
Best channel ever as well, it says. There you go. Keeping it clean. What are you looking at, eh?
Football chance for the
Hey,
lads.
it's a super chat. You got to read it out. Eh? Super chat.
Yeah, what
Super
we've
chat, you gotta
decided
read it
is
out.
we'll read out your super
Yeah.
chats no matter how vulgar they
Yeah.
are. Although, to
Don't,
be fair,
I don't care. I don't care. Don't read
to
it
be fair,
out.
we weren't talking about
stupidness.
asphyxie
Pay-
wanks
pay-
when we were
pay
talking
£5.
about Manscaped before.
I don't care. I don't care about the stupidness. Pay £5. Don't read it out.
He's now doing the whole tie
Yeah.
act.
He's doing that entire watch along. That came from start to finish. And
Where's
next
the
up
chips and the
is
Christmas hats?
Next
Let's
up
get into
is
it,
a
man.
one-man show
the
from
best
Jay Motti.
fan cam bit ever.
where he
Fan channel
does-
bit ever.
on.
What's that? J.O. says, what's that all about? Well said, mate.
Rest in peace, Claude. We miss you, man.
Yeah, we do, mate. We do.
Seriously, we do.
Yeah, Gavin Elk says, Viva Ronaldo on a 12-year loan. Then he came back home. Viva Ronaldo on a private flight. He said City is shite. Viva Ronaldo.
His last game was in Rome,
Wait, what's
and
it?
then he came home. Viva Ronaldo.
Was it? Nice. Well,
Champions League
knowledge there. Vishal Baradawach. Sorry, I've just butchered that one.
Vishal Baradwaj.
Says Dan. Show off. Dan James was hard-working on the pitch and very professional off the pitch. He helped change the culture at Man United. I hope he does well at Leeds. It's so weird because I don't want him to do well at Leeds. Like you said, I want him to do okay and then get relegated. If that makes any sense. Oh no, in fact, they just stay up because I don't mind the games against
Can
Leeds.
I
when we
ask
batter
the
them.
people at home, and can I ask you both a question? I've asked you guys this question already, but just humour me while we're on air.
Yeah, why not?
So as we can see there, Real Madrid have bid around 180 million euros or pounds for Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
Who is more stupid? PSG for rejecting it when the player can leave on a free next summer, or Real Madrid for bidding it when they know they can get him for free next summer?
I think it's absolute genius by Real Madrid.
No, but who's more stupid?
I think
PSG.
Like,
I think
PSG for rejecting it or them forbidding it.
I
know
think-
what you're thinking.
I think Real Madrid is more stupid.
Really.
I think PSG, right? Money doesn't even mean anything to him anymore. And also, they've got this thing of they obviously want to win the Champions League. You've got Messi, who is still an amazing player, but is on his downward trajectory. You've got Mbappe, keep him for another season. Maybe Messi's got another season in him where he wins you the Champions League. It kind of makes sense to me because all they're about is winning that Champions League. If they win the French League, yeah, it's all well and good, but it's not like that's why they brought in, you know, Ramos and Messi and Donnarumma and all these other players. Is to I know they want to get it back, the French League, because they lost it, didn't it, to Lille, but it's to win the Champions League. That's their goal.
Yeah, but okay, so let's look at it then. So the motivation behind Real Madrid bidding that, I think they know all of that. I think they know they're not getting it.
It's just a plot.
I think it's a
safe face.
No, I don't think it's a safe face thing. I think it's we want Mbappe so much, we're willing to offer 180 million euros when he's only got one season left. He's definitely joining them next season.
But he's definitely joining them next season anyway.
You say that, but things can change. It's good to have as much favour with the players as you possibly can.
And also with Real Madrid, it's a big message to the fans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we know that Real Madrid fans can turn on owners and
managers,
and president
and
or whatever
yeah.
at the drop of a hat. But if you're saying, look, we're trying to get Mbappe and we're ready to spend 200 million euros on him, you can't grumble too much if they won't sell him to us. It kind of makes sense. But yeah, I'm not surprised PSG haven't sold him, even though you think, well, that's just stupid. Because money's not even real money to them, is it? Let's have it right. Cillian Wallace. I'm going to read this out, right?
Why?
I want you to humour me.
I can only tell you right now, you shouldn't be reading this out.
Like the legendary club.
You got to act.
Joe. Sorry, very wrong. Sorry. Joe chokes on Jay's Willie. What's that all about?
Yeah, and I'm being serious. You actually don't have to read every super chat out.
No, we do. That's what we do here. Is keep them coming. Right, so
I hate Phil Schofield, you know. Proper.
Okay, no one else knows that he's on telly and there's nothing to do
He
with
needs
the
to leave
transfer
them runners
deadline
alone.
day. Right.
that's just a random thought Adam McCall has every now and again. Mervyn Edwards says, y'all think McT ends up having a Jordan Henderson type career with us, as in growing as a leader? I see that. If we're going to start talking about players growing as a leader, Jordan Henderson's not the one I'd be choosing as an example, to be honest with you, bro.
But I think the point is a good one.
I get where
in that.
I get. I'm not.
Jordan Henderson isn't a world class player.
No,
but he's become pivotal for Liverpool.
Shall I tell you who to say?
During a
Darren
time
Fletcher.
when they've been brilliant. Yeah, Darren Fletcher's a good example, but Darren Fletcher didn't grow as a leader and become captain of Manchester United.
Well, he did.
No.
Not become captain, but
Right.
he grew as a leader on
Yeah.
the pitch, off the pitch. He was a vital player. I mean, the point me and Jay are making is, fuck Jordan Henderson, isn't it?
Well, I agree with that point, but I think the question he's asking is worthy of being answered.
If anyone's
can do that.
John B says if anyone's missing Howson, I've got a mate who can scream the word Rio at you for 15 minutes for only a tenner.
Very good.
Sports
stuff.
Lifestyle says much love from Toronto. Will we sign Neves?
Theo.
Honest opinions. Also, how many goals will Ronaldo score this season?
Great question.
We won't sign Neves.
42.
Right.
Fuck off.
Next week.
The exact thing he scored in his best ever season when he won the Ballon d'Or, he's going to score that at 36.
Because you know why? That's 21 times 2.
So?
Bill Clinton was the 42nd president.
Also,
Was
guess
it?
what?
Yeah.
And do you know who wasn't?
After 3 games, we're on 7 points.
Everyone else. What? Yeah? 3 times 7.
That's 3 times 7.
Jason McMillan makes a good point here. He said, Pep's a ball plank, City a wank, Viva Ronaldo.
Pep's a bold wank. What?
City a wank, Viva Ronaldo. Nepal
Walking in a
Suka
Fergie Wonderland.
says, yeah, fellas, cannot thank you enough. The 4.0 has changed my life.
Great stuff.
Gave it to my nan. And I'm no longer getting bullied for having a weaker moustache than her. Trimmed it right off her, it has. 21 is coming.
Well done. Yeah, and if you want a hairless nan or set of bollocks, make sure you use
These are the best
Manscaped and
super chats ever.
use code
I'm sorry,
Transfers
yeah.
Live at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Tonight is sponsored, of course, by Manscaped or Nanscaped in this
Yeah.
occasion.
Escape your nan.
Get that Nanscaped.
Mozam Faisal says, what is your guys' best United 11 with no DM and Rashford
We're not
fit?
going to tell you because we did a video about that,
Pogba
which is
might
coming
find it
out
hard
later
to get
this
a
week.
spot considering the balance in the team. Maka said there, we've done a video on that, so thanks Mazam for your support, but you will get that revealed in the video.
And you know what? I'll say
No,
this.
actually, we never did that video, but now you've put a super chat. We'll do the video and put it out for you.
And I'll say this: if we did a 4-3-3 on the video, if we're doing 4-2-3-1, I don't think Pogba gets in my team.
Craig, member of the
Shut
Academy
up.
for 9 months, says, Philip Schofield, is he better than Arteta? That's one for you two boys.
Similar
no.
hair, but just different colours.
No. They're both like young kids, though.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? What's producer
Oh, we've
Cam on
actually got a
about?
petition to keep Mikel Arteta in a job. It's currently hit 400 signatures. If we can get it to 1,000 tonight.
Don't put the link in the description. Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Go
Also,
watch PR's
hit like,
statement.
give us a like as well. We've got those 700 likes. We've got 5,000 people watching. Maya Amateur says, to be fair, next season is a gamble on Mbappe. I think Real Madrid knows this. Clubs will offer insanely competitive packages, and there could be potential of Real Madrid missing out. That's a very good point. Well made.
I reckon Real get Mbappe and Haaland.
But here's the question, right? Let's say next summer, City go for for Mbappe, or here's another option: Real Madrid might get a new manager that doesn't want Mbappe. I know he probably doesn't get a say in the matter, but it may tarnish things if a new manager comes in.
Yeah.
Let's say Pep says, right, fuck this noise. Kane's 29 now. We don't care. We're going to give Mbappe 600 grand a week to come here, which maybe is 20% more than Real Madrid can offer him.
Yeah.
There's a chance he goes elsewhere. I think they need that. We offered 180 million for you last
Do you
summer.
ever think,
We're
though,
building a whole team around you.
there's a chance with these teams? I remember one of the first debates me and you ever had on when it was Devils was about Rooney going and staying. And it's like there's a chance that even when a player's coming towards the end of the contract, that if you do keep him for another year, maybe during that year you can convince him to stay. If that is your sort of your goal. We're more or less doing that with Pogba.
I was going to say that's what we're doing with Paul Pogba.
Do you know what I mean? Like we've not taken any. I'm sure someone were interested in him, but we've not taken anything for him because probably got news that we haven't got a bid that's acceptable to us, or no one's coming up with the money that was acceptable because we're gambling that perhaps we can convince him during this year to stay because especially with Glazenomics, I doubt very much they're banking on him going for now in the summer. Yeah. So there's always that element in there. Danny Shields says 42 is the answer to the question of the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. It sounds like 221s to me. It's one for you, Macca. Alex Buckingham says, Makola, are we getting Keno back in our midfield after what you asked him at the fans forum, or what?
Hopefully. I love Keno.
My favourite ever United.
You got me in trouble with him.
Like, I can't believe he's denying this, right?
Yeah, you got me in trouble.
Right, well, we need to get him on the channel and
You
Lee
ruined my
Sharp. Because
relationship.
Lee Sharp, when I told him that, said, yeah, that sounds just like what Keno does. And told me another story
Tell
about
us
him
what
recently.
happened. Tell us about
Right,
this.
when I was a kid in Altrincham, right, me and my mates, right, it's 1994.
Altrincham.
Look at you taking Keno. So how long have you known Keno for? A
Fucking
week?
lying
No.
to everyone.
Oh, sorry, Mr. I saw a tiger get lifted up by a
Yeah, by a
pigeon or
flying
whatever it
priest.
Fucking happened.
Right. We seen him and Lee Sharp. We ran over to them, and Lee Sharp was all right. Roy Keane said, fuck off, right? He said, get to fuck with you. Right? That's what he said, right? Get to fuck with you. Fuck off with you, that was it. Fuck off with you. Fuck off with you, right? That's how he said it, right?
Can I just say something? In Roy Keane's defence, you've said 3 different things that Roy Keane said
fuck
there.
off with you.
Are you going to... Right.
It's
My
fuck off with
client
you.
wants to know if you can even remember
It's
the
fuck off
situation.
Because no
What
one's
did he
ever
say?
really said that to me before.
Fuck off with you.
Fuck off with you.
That's
Right.
right.
Irish
It's weird,
Yeah.
that's because Dead works up as well as Dead Irish.
Right. So he said
Fuck off with
that. I started laughing my head off. I thought it was brilliant. My mate had Keane on the back of his shirt, and he still carried on saying "fuck off with you" to him. When he showed it to him, I thought it was brilliant. Right. Anyway, Lee Sharp signed my ticket stub because he scored against West Ham the night before. Went on our way. Fucking end of discussion. He told him this story, and Roy Keane's going on. That didn't happen. Like for starters, it's,
No, but he's got no. I've gone up to Keno.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Keno. How you doing? Great chat. All that stuff.
yeah. And then
Love
thought
you.
you'd fucking
I actually
bring
said
up
I
that.
love you because
Yeah.
I'm one of these people that believes in giving people their flowers while they're still here. And then I was scared to ask you for a picture. Like I was making a joke about it, so I weren't criticising him. I weren't.
Yeah.
And I went, my mate told me you once told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, did he? They all say that. They all say that.
See what I mean?
Oh, I bet it's a good little story for him, innit?
Yeah.
Like
Which
he got
true.
wound up by it.
I did a
Jay.
I did a Q&A with Lee Sharp, and I told him that
Do you
story.
know the saddest thing is? I
Right.
genuinely think he believes it.
Right. Here you go.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. I worry for him up here because I actually
He's
think
lied so long.
he's
It's
said
now
for
true.
so many years. He believes it, and that's the sad
Right.
thing. That's
There
the
was-
Can we get him a glass of water? He's not looking
Right.
very well.
So it was me, Jet from Gladiators, Mr. Motivator.
And my great
Yeah.
granddad used to be a Viking.
Yeah. And then everyone cheered.
his horns
Everyone cheered. Everyone clapped. But I told that to Lee Sharp, and he went, yeah, that's what Keno's like. He was always like that. So, you saying Lee Sharp's a liar?
And shall I tell you?
Yeah,
And also,
I am.
I'll tell you another story
Go on.
from the same day.
All right. God, don't tell me drop me in it as well.
So
More.
just before the fan debate thing,
Yeah.
we was upstairs in hotel football because
Yeah.
the thing was downstairs in the cafe. So we was upstairs and me and Rory were having a bit of breakfast and a coffee. And on the table next to us over there is Gary Neville and Roy Keane having a chat or whatever they're doing. And then a group of United fans.
Here you go, Jay. Calm down a sec. Go on.
Like mum, dad, family
Drinks
kind of shit.
dripping all over my laptop. Thanks
Got
for
your
that.
tablets in it.
Hey, thanks for that one.
So like a group, like a family, mum, dad, everyone's gone up to him and gone, can I have, they've got, this is what they've said, can my son have a picture? He's just 16. And he's gone, 16, is he? No. But he said no at first. Yeah. And then obviously he joked around and ended up taking it. But he did say no. Right. And I'm sure he was serious when he first said no.
This is what I mean. I told that story to Lee Sharp and he told me this story. He said, it sounds like Keno, because when I saw him, I bumped into him not long ago. We were at a hotel outside a hotel, because Lee Sharp smokes, think he's having a fag and chatting to Roy Keane. And he said, a guy came up to us and stood near and said, can I just take a selfie? And he said, we can't say no to the guy, because he stood over there and he can just do what he wants. And I went, yeah. And Roy Keane just went, no. And the guy just went, right, okay. So, who are you going to believe?
I believe you, Jay.
I think
the guy that's won 7 Premier League titles, whatever it is, for Manchester United.
That's Roy Keane's lawyer right
your
there.
mate who sat next to you.
And he's not said a word.
And you know what makes me think Keno was lying to me and really did do it?
Thanks, man.
Have you seen the interview, the overlap?
Yeah.
When he's talking about people getting selfies.
Yeah. So I mean,
I love Keno. Even if he reminds me of my Uncle John, God bless him, rest in peace. Yeah. Like, just a miserable Irish man.
And I want to be clear on this as well, like, it wasn't nasty or any animosity even. I found it hilarious. Do you know what I mean?
So
like,
did I.
Yeah, and I think it's like, you got a group of lads, and I'm not going to lie, me and my mates were a bit chavvy when we were younger, running up to Nottingham screaming, and like, I can get it, but I've not made it up. Right? I know it happened. I believe it happened.
Do you trust him anymore?
I wasn't even sniffing by that time.
But a lot of the documentation that his team gave to me does use the word amnesia quite a lot. Quite heavily studded throughout is the word amnesia. So I am worried that you don't remember the situation.
All right, okay. Well, we'll leave that one today. Do you know what the thing is as well? If when we do get Roy Keane on this channel, I'll probably be too scared to ask him about it or tell him about it. Yeah. Which will make it look worse.
You have to ask
Lugo, welcome to the
Listen,
first
by the
team.
way, Sky Bet or anyone, if you're watching, you've seen that we get views with Roy Keane and Gary Neville, so just send him my way.
Thank you. Kieran Knoll says, Jay's Roy Keane story is like when Ty pretended that he went to Nigeria.
What? Ty pretended that? Can someone let me know what
I don't know what's happened there, but
I love Ty, but that is crazy.
Well, he could have gone to Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's not like it's...
But why would he pretend?
Nick Albany says, over 5k live, pretty decent, guys. It is, but we've only got about 1,000 likes, so hit that like button, give us a like. You can see from the graphic there some of the rumoured ins. I mean, Joe, you can read that better than I can.
Trippier, Rice and Neves all mentioned there.
I think we can all rule all.
Are they all done now in terms of longer term? Do we go again in January or next summer for any of them, do you think?
Neves. Sorry, Rice maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, because it seems as though Ruben Neves was never really close.
Was Ruben Neves a fan thing?
I think
like all the fans look at him, he's good. Ollie's never mentioned him, sort of.
There were rumours early in the summer that he was available.
He was made available for like 40 million euros.
Yeah, and I think that it sort of came from nowhere. And it seems to come from like Twitter. And when I say Twitter, I don't mean like Romano tweeting it. I mean like just fans going.
Neves would be a good option.
Yeah,
Neves is available.
And then it's like, and then I seen something the other day when Wolves got someone in, like in midfield. Oh, that means Neves is coming to us. And I think
it's like, where have you?
Yeah, there's no evidence of it. It's like with the whole thing with Bissouma when Dan James was linked to Brighton, and everyone's like, "Well, we'll get Bissouma now." I think Brighton ain't going to do that,
and we've never been linked to him.
No, and as you know, United very rarely keep any sort of deal quiet.
Yeah,
Van der Beek was a bit of an exception to the rule in terms of like it happened quite quickly.
Yeah,
but you saying earlier about Ronaldo seems a bit slightly reactionary. Sitting for him, we've reacted. Boom.
Yeah. Should we talk a little bit about one of our rivals? Because I think we'll go through the rest of the teams as we're going on tonight. But should we? Sal Niguez has been agreed with Chelsea. Here we go on loan. I think it's 5 million loan fee with an optional 40 million at the end of it as a permanent transfer.
Just on that,
yeah,
because you watch a lot more of La Liga than I do.
Yeah,
and so do you. Sal Niguez, is he as good as Stephen Alston says? Is it? Are you disappointed that we've not gone in for him?
I think it's gone a bit stale maybe over the last year or two, but I know Atletico won the league last year, but and I think even at times he played at left back and things like that.
I was looking into it as like, is he an out and out DM? And it was like, he's played a lot of different positions.
He can play 6, but he's maybe more of a 8.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Do you bring in another? I think Ollie has got who he wants in mind. It's not Saul. It's not Neves. Camavinga was potentially there on the list because we tried for him, and as he's just waiting. I genuinely think he's just waiting for Rice. That's what my gut is kind of feeling at the moment, that we're waiting for Rice.
Do you think that's the right idea? Because you saw it slightly different with Jadon Sancho, where people go, are we going to get in someone else instead? Like Leon Bailey or Ismail Assar, someone who's not quite in that class.
Yeah, this is what we were saying last summer.
Yeah, last summer, sorry. Yeah. Do we go out and spend 30, 40 million on one of them two, rather than getting Jadon Sancho? Oliver's not doing that. He's like, I'd rather wait a year and get the man I want. Yeah. Do you agree with that with Rice now?
I agree with that sort of theoretically. And I agree with that. Those are the actions of a manager that doesn't doubt his position at the club. If you're saying, that sort of withheld gratification or delayed gratification, whatever you want to call it, talking about, I'm willing to wait a year to improve this team because I can improve it by X, or this year I can improve it by 0.5X.
Yeah.
A lot of managers who are worried about their job, who are worried about getting sacked, would rather improve it by a smaller margin but still improve it, rather than wait and improve it by a larger margin the year later. So to me, that shows confidence from Ole, because it's saying, like, I'm going to be fine this year without Jadon Sancho, and we will get him next year, and he will improve us more. But at some point, especially when you see the likes of Cavani, the likes of Ronaldo in those forward positions, there is a clock ticking on those two players' careers, especially those two. The rest of the squad is very young, but those two, the focal point of the team, there is a clock ticking. And at some point, you have to take that extra risk and go, we're going to maybe spend January's money or spend a bit of next year's money for the fact that we can win the league this season, because otherwise Solskjaer will run out of time, Ronaldo's going to run out of time, Cavani's going to run out of time, and we might never have won anything. And by the time you get all the pieces right, Solskjaer's been sacked, we've got a new system in place, Ronaldo's retired, Cavani's gone back to Uruguay. It doesn't always work like that. So at some point I think you have to, and it's not Ole's choice, I don't think, because I'm sure if we could have had a DM he would have had it, but at some point you have to go, we're going to take that risk now, like Chelsea are doing, where they needed Lukaku, they've got him. They needed, I don't know if it doesn't look like Koundé is going to happen, but they've also gone and got Sal Niguez as well. And you sort of go, last year they spent 250 million on 5 new players, and you kind of think they're going for it now. They might have overtaken us. While we were waiting for Sancho, while we were waiting for Rice or Bellingham, whoever it may be, other clubs might have overtaken us, and we might never get there.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Juan Martinez says, Sancho 2 years, Varane only wanted United, CR7 or Fergie in Rio, not signing Sumare, 80 million Sol, 5 million loan or any other CDM is insane from the club. 21 needs CDM. So,
look, I think we need a midfielder, but I also think people are overhyping the need for one. And hear me out here.
Go on.
In the sense that, oh my God, we're not going to win nothing if we don't get a CDM.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's rubbish. I think we do need a central defensive midfielder. I think we need a natural 6. I've been saying it for 12, 18 months. And I'm frustrated at the clubs speeding getting players out, because I truly believe if you get players out the door that you want out the door, the players that you want coming in, come in. Because more often than not, it's about your wage bill and about how many players you've got in your squad more than how much money you've got to spend. Like, I think if United were to get, like, we looked at getting Diogo Dalot off the books, we looked at getting Jesse Lingard off the books, we looked at getting, Andreas Pereira earlier off the books, Daniel James earlier on in the season. If you get those players off the books earlier in the season, you've then got that room to manoeuvre and players to bring into certain areas. And to force the Ronaldo move, we then had to think, oh shit, now we need to get rid of some players. And we're always in that position towards the end of the window when we should be in that position at the start of the window. So I do think, I think it's a little bit overplayed, this midfielder thing, in terms of how much impact it could have on our season, because ultimately, if we're going into a game tomorrow against Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, City, Liverpool, I'm thinking we can beat them and should be beating them with the squad that we have. I do think Chelsea are the favourites for the league title.
Right, okay.
Personally, I think Chelsea are the favourites, and I think United, City and Liverpool are level behind them. Maybe we've edged up ahead of Liverpool. Because if you look at last season, we finished second. City have improved in terms of bringing in Grealish, but have they really improved? They've lost Aguero, they've brought in Grealish.
And with Grealish, I think there's that thing, there's Foden, there's Grealish, there's,
Is it much of an improvement on what they have?
Yeah,
and even
they're starting 11.
The positions they play, they've got Mahrez, they've got Sterling, they've got Bernardo Silva, who's still there, I think. He hasn't left yet.
Yeah. Is their starting 11 gone that much stronger?
Yeah.
They're taking one of the
and
players
they've also
out
lost Aguero,
and putting Grealish in. Yeah.
Who I know wasn't starting every week, but still chips in.
And it's a striker that they have replaced.
Yeah.
So you've got City, who maybe they're still the same or just dropped off a bit. United have improved, And then you look at Chelsea. I think Chelsea have improved, and like I said, I think they're
And they've
favourites.
got a full season.
But Liverpool haven't really improved. They brought
They
in
haven't
the
improved
defender.
in 3 years.
They brought in the defender. Konate, is it?
Yeah, Ibrahim Konate.
And that's it.
I mean,
like
I know I joke about it all, but with the Scousers, you have to admit, like Van Dijk coming back for them is massive, because last season they were all over the gaff, weren't they? Like,
yeah, that definitely helped. I mean? But just back to your point quickly. Give me a team that won the Premier League with a defensive midfield as bad as ours.
But
when's the last time that happened?
Say as bad, but
okay,
finished second with it.
Okay, all right. The midfield.
I mean, we added Varane and Ronaldo.
No, but that's not okay. Yeah, but answer that question. When's the last time a team with a defensive midfield?
I know
at the level of ours,
but they also had Drinkwater.
Yeah, but would you take Kante and Drinkwater over Fred and McTominay?
But I wouldn't take Kante and Drinkwater over Fred, Bruno and Pogba.
No, but
I understand what your point is about defensive midfield, but I think
so far this season we've played 4-2-3-1 every game.
I think you can win the league with a weakness in your team.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the midfield, I think, is a specifically or an especially difficult one to overcome, and I think history shows us that. It does. I'm not saying it doesn't. Varane helps. I think Ronaldo helps improve that, because if we're 1-0 up, games change immediately. Yeah. It's those games that we're 1-0 down or 0-0 for long periods, and you go, Fred's losing his head. He's giving the ball away. Matic is getting tired, etc., etc. Pogba's not tracking back the way he should be. McTominay doesn't have the quality. I think the last time a midfield was as, and I'm not saying as bad as, because it's like it's terrible. It's still better than like 15 midfields in the league, or maybe 13 midfields in the league. But I can't think of the last time someone won the league with a defensive midfield as bad as ours. I
agree with what you're saying in terms of, if you look at Chelsea, you know, Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, Saul, you know, most of them start for us. Like, in fact, all of them start for us. You look at Liverpool even, and they've got a thin squad in some areas, but the midfield position is one of their best areas. Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Keita, who hasn't really pulled up.
No, but he's a player.
Is there, and then City have got Fernandinho. So I get it in comparison to the others, but then up front, City have got Ferran Torres and Sterling or Grealish or. You know, we've got Ronaldo and Cavani.
I think we've got.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but again, though, I think we've got the best attack in the league, and I think we've got an equal best defense in the league. Also, but I think our midfield is lacking.
You're right, but also there are teams that break the mold sometimes. Yeah, like Leicester broke the mold. You could sit and go,
well, they did it with a shit defense.
Yeah, name me a team that's ever going to win the league with Robert Huth and Wes Morgan in the team. It will never happen, and it did. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Or name me a team with, you know, there's always a little weakness in the team. You could argue that, you know, even when the Scousers won it, whoever was alongside Van Dijk wasn't as amazing as some of the other defenders. So there's always one or two. You know, we've done it in the past where we had, like, you know, cleverly played like 30 games.
Yeah, we've had a 37-year-old Paul Scholes in there. I get it.
Maybe I understand your point. It's just that, you know, you have to hope that we can do it by being the first team to do it.
I just feel like everyone is, we haven't got it. That's it.
No.
It's like, have you seen the team?
And you look at the games that we dropped points in last season. You know, the games that really cost us when it came to winning the title. It was, you know, like how many 0-0s did against the top sixes or 1-0 losses, whatever. You know, Ronaldo gets you a goal there. Do you know what I mean? Or a fully firing Mason Greenwood gets you a goal there. You look at some of the other games, the silly games like Sheffield United at home or Everton at 3-0. Varane doesn't let 3 goals go in against him against Everton. Do you know what I mean? Or we get 3 goals.
I think the other day against Wolves, we lose without Varane.
100%.
Yeah, bro, Varane was a different.
Yeah, but that's why you have good players in every position. Yeah. But what I said last season, and so far I'm yet to be proven wrong this season, United really, really struggle to be good defensively and attacking in the same game. We generally get to pick one or the other. Like against the top teams, we went defensive, and that's why we saw tons of 0-0s. Against the lesser teams, we go more attacking. We saw a lot of 3-2s, 1-1s, 5-1s, 7-2s, 9-0s. We can do a bit of that, but generally, we can only do one or the other, and I think that's because of the midfield. I think the transition between attack and defence isn't good enough because of that midfield.
Just on that point, I've seen a tweet. Apparently, this.
By the way, I don't disagree with that.
No, I know, and I
just feel like it shouldn't be an excuse for not challenging.
No, I don't fully disagree with you either. I agree. We're still good enough to challenge for everything this season.
There's no way we bought Ronaldo and told him, I don't think we're going to win
a title.
No, I completely agree.
And also, you know how we're talking about 4-3-3?
Yeah.
And, Fred and then Pogba and Bruno. That works in 70% of your games. For the other 30%, maybe we are dropping a Pogba or a Rashford to put in Pogba there and taking one of these out to put Fred. That can happen, but then you work around it in the games, don't you? You work around it for the fixtures.
Just on the midfield,
we should be fine.
Apparently, Donny van der Beek's agent, this is the quote doing around, says that there's been interest in the player this summer, but United are holding everything back. Disappointing that they are not cooperating.
It's a head scratcher.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Sorry, read that
so this has been tweeted out. Donny van der Beek. I'll read the full quote from the tweet. Donny van der Beek's agent, Guido Albers, says there has been interest in the player this summer, but the MUFC are holding everything back. Disappointing that they are not cooperating. That's the quote.
By cooperating, does he mean getting him in the team and giving him play time, letting him lead?
I mean, again, so much. It's difficult to say. I think there was some stories doing the rounds earlier that maybe Everton or someone were interested in him.
That, to me, the way that's being phrased, assuming that isn't two separate pieces of a longer quote.
Danny Shields in the super chat has just said that as well. Donny's agent complaining that United have held back potential moves for him this summer. Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
It is baffling though, because again, we've sat here and said we need if you don't believe in Donny van der Beek, then let him go, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you're telling me you do believe in him, then I haven't seen any evidence of it.
No.
Like, and people can keep talking about, and it annoys me, he's not better than Pogba, he's not better than Bruno. Yeah, he's not. But I tell you who he is better than. They're Muppets behind him. And, like, they can't keep the ball. Do you know what? Donny van der Beek can keep the ball.
You know what? We saw briefly that behind closed doors game, and he was in midfield, Donny van der Beek. He's bulked up. He was getting stuck into challenges, and you think, all right. And I thought that was a game that he's playing there with a mindset of, well, I'll play him against Southampton, which was the following Sunday. Didn't feature. Oh, didn't come on, did he?
I don't think so.
No, Lingard came on.
Yeah, didn't come on. Then you go the Wolves game, nothing doing there. And it is a case when you're seeing other midfielders playing so badly, and you think Donny van der Beek, even if he's not.
How has Fred got your undying trust?
Energetic as Fred or whatever. He's got all the traits that Fred doesn't have. Especially
and this guy who's a baller, has come through the Ajax Academy, can play 6, 8, 10, can keep possession, can keep things ticking over, knows how to move into space. Right, he might not be a natural 6, but nor is Fred, let me add. We keep saying he's not a natural 6, but nor is Fred or McTominay. They're both 8s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We saw it in the Copa America. Stick a Casemiro next to Fred. He actually looks okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think to me that, and this is maybe going to sound a bit stupid, I think Fred plays his best when he's next to McTominay as well. I think he gets the most out of Fred of any midfielders. I do think that. I think Fred plus any isn't as good as Fred plus McTominay. I do think that. I don't think Fred and Pogba are as effective as Fred and McTominay. I don't think Fred and Matic are. I don't think Fred and Donny are. Not that we've seen it that much.
Best one was Matic and Pogba, but it can't run now. Not in 2021 anyway.
No. Maya Amateur says there is a reason why a DM position is called a pivot, double pivot. It almost serves as the most important roles in transitioning forward and defensively. Yeah, it's certainly the most talked about position nowadays. Siddharth Ramakandran says, do you think Naverts would have worked against Adama?
What?
Do you think Neves?
Adama's shit.
Nevers against Adama?
Adama's shit.
Well,
Adama's
maybe.
shit.
Okay. Well,
he's a juiced up Daniel James.
He still destroyed Fred at the weekend, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I would destroy Fred.
Amo Rayo says, my guess is that Oli expected Pogba to leave last summer and bought Donny. So when Pogba leaves next summer, Donny will shine. Pogba stays surprised.
Pogba ain't leaving next summer.
Dave Whitby says, we reached 5 semis in a final with the midfield. We have improved in front and behind it. We have to win something this season, regardless of no DM. So, yeah, I mean, Donny van der Beek is probably the one signing that doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people when it comes to Oli, because why has he got him? Why is he fitting in? Maybe that is an explanation there, as the lad said, that he was brought in to replace Paul Pogba. Pogba stays.
Do you know what makes me angry about Fred? Like, when I look at him and he's just made a mistake, he doesn't look like he regrets it.
What a mad thing to say, that
you know what I mean? It's like
you're like one of those jurors that's like, you know what? He had a look in his eye, and I knew he was guilty before the trial had even started.
I didn't need to see any evidence. Don't worry about the statements.
I know he wasn't there. I know there was no DNA.
That forensics,
but I could tell in his eyes.
It's like Jez on jury duty.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like the look of him. So that's you. You know what? The thing with Fred is he's not remorseful.
No, but it's like that. That's just like that.
Do you know what? Though? I'm the other way. I'm the other way around. I get annoyed when he does that. I get like, put your arms down. Stop apologising to everyone and stop doing it. Yeah. So,
but look as well at the same time, it's not all Fred's fault.
No, it's not.
Because there's someone that keeps picking him
recently. Fred, it's like everything is about Fred. I know he had a stinking 20 minutes, especially. in the first 20 minutes. I know it wasn't a great game, but those first 20 minutes in particular at Molineux were dreadful.
Outstanding.
But there's other areas as well. So it's not just
there's moments when he's really bad, and then they're very few and far between. But he'll have these Brazilian moments where his quick feet and just ping out a pass, and you're like, is that Fred?
Yeah. Akbashar says, Lindelof as CDM, he often played for Benfica there.
What I would say with that is, I think I've said this a couple of times now. Generally speaking, I'm not bothered
other people
about
are saying this about Lindelof.
There's a lot of people saying like, Wan-Bissaka is a third centre back. We used to get it all the time.
No, that's a good shout. That
I don't think it is.
That isn't a modern the way the modern three at the back plays, and when you're in defence, if that guy comes here, it shifts across and then he can move forward.
Yeah.
The way that works, I think that's good, and I do think that will fit. But I get what you're saying in terms
personally,
of Lindelof.
I don't. That's not for me. I think Wan-Bissaka is a good right back. Anyway, we see it all the time. We see Axel the same thing. Play him at CDM. No. But I think Lindelof is one of those players that has enough quality on the ball and his passing range is better than Fred's. Yeah. We've seen that. Lindelof's got, I think, more assists than Fred last season. I would give that a go. Obviously, West Ham's not a good one because they're a pretty good team. We need to take them seriously. But let's say we got an Oxford or a Sheffield Wednesday or something like that in the League Cup. I'd give Lindelof a go at CDM.
The thing with Lindelof, is that I feel in the middle of the park, and Fred has it, despite his idiocy. He always wants to get on the ball. Yeah. And I think you have to have this thing about you where it's like, give me the ball. Yeah. And I don't see Lindelof having that.
Maybe.
Come on, get me on the ball. You know, that kind of... He's built like a centre back, and it doesn't help.
I'm going to get... There's loads of super chats as well. I've not missed them. I'm not ignoring them. So I will get into some of these because I know we've been chatting quite a lot. Paresh Sharan says, they didn't bought Ronaldo, they bought voices shouting Glazers out. Also, our coaching in some departments needs big fix to challenge for the title.
No, we're still shouting Glazers out. Fuck them.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. That doesn't change. Did you see Tim Sherwood the other day going, the Glazers give the fans a gift?
Fuck Tim Sherwood as well, the gilet wearing prick.
Plant pot. Seahole says, Mbappe and Pogba to Real on a free is sickening.
What?
You saying fuck Tim Sherwood, the gilet wearing prig, and then putting on that lip gloss like that, looking like Napoleon Dynamite, like drinking his drink like fuck Tim Sherwood.
I'm gonna go have some tater tots in a bit.
Ridiculous.
Keep your lips.
Jed Loveday, I don't know if I read this one, but he says Chubby G for CDM.
David Moist.
David
Moist
says,
Keane.
legend, how will CR7's affect Cavani?
Shall I tell you?
Yeah, he's something. Asked you to.
Who cares?
Right, okay, wow.
Shit.
Soon change that. It's a fickle mistress football fandom, innit? Eh? Cavani was the hero last week. Now he's like, who cares?
Eddie, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I love you. You beautiful man.
Newash says, I don't think anyone is coming in now. However, I wanted to give a shout to the Stretford Paddock squad. Up the paddock. Thank you. Nipol Suka says, Brucey behind Joe is my live reaction to a girl I've been hitting up for a while. Just replied to my 34th unread message. She's asked me to come over to hers. So on that note, both me and 21 are coming.
34th unread message, mate. Just chill out with the messaging, with the unresponded.
That's 34's all right. He's still got 16 spare.
Christopher Singh.
You'll send 50 messages to a bird without a reply.
50 attempts. It's not stalking.
50 times, shame on you. 51, shame on me.
51's an offence.
51 is
it?
Yeah. You can go to the police.
Got another 7 then. Christopher Singh says, did Steve get cancelled? All this moaning about lack of CDM prove we're spoiled. This is the best window this is the best window since summer 2007. Interesting. We should have a debate about that, you know. I think we should do a video on that.
Yeah, we should.
Do you reckon?
We'll do it after this.
Yeah? Alright, we'll do a video on that. Yeah. Mervyn Edward, thanks for your super chats, Mervyn. I noticed a few from you tonight. It says, opinion on Van der Beek loan, move to Everton blocks. Here is a player who sat his 23s on the bench and will most probably sit in his 24s on the bench too. Not good.
Go on then, Adam, you go first.
You know what? It'll start affecting Donny now because he's not getting picked for Holland.
Didn't Van Gaal come out with something as well?
And that's when it becomes like a
World Cup.
I'm not playing for my country. I used to be picked all the time for them, and it's like... But at the same time, we are 2 games into the season.
Yeah, let's not get too carried away. OCB
but we started this last season like that. It's only August.
It's only
September.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's only December. I'm sure in January.
He came on against Palace, didn't he? His first game, scored. That's probably the highlight of his Premier League career.
Was it 29 appearances for United last season?
Something like that. 4 Premier League starts, I think, was it?
That's not so good.
Nope. OC Beatbox says, should have part X Dan James for Calvin Phillips.
Don't think that was going to happen, bro. Oz says free. Donny.
We buy any winger.com.
Yeah, it's like people just go it's like the whole James and we'll get Basuma. It's like that's not what when they come to us, unless it's Howard Wilkinson saying, "Can I have Dennis here?" When you go, "Can I have Eric?" and he goes, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah,
it's not going to work like that. No. So
Danny Welbeck.
Would you have had Calvin Phillips? Just out of curiosity.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. To be honest with you, he seems all right. I don't know if he's quite
better than Fred and McTominay.
I know, but that's not the benchmark for necessarily.
I'd have John McGinn and Douglas Luiz at the moment.
Anant Makashi says, I think we'll win a trophy this season, but in case we don't, I'm finished below second. Should only be given another full season without a trophy. Say this all the time with the without a trophy thing. It depends on the circumstances.
If you finish goal difference,
you get to a Champions League final. We're not going to sack Holly after it because he lost. It's just not. You know what I mean? So it depends on how the circumstances of not winning a trophy are. You just want to see progress. MD says, see our potential future manager, UTFP, love from Belfast.
I hope he finishes his career at Old Trafford.
That'd be special, wouldn't it? I don't think he'll be a future manager. I don't think
he's too selfish.
And also, I don't think you can be a manager when you're Cristiano Ronaldo.
When you're that good as well.
Telling people to do things and they're looking at, I can't fucking do it.
Roy Keane went to Sunderland, cracked up.
Yeah.
Because he thought, look, all these idiots, they're nowhere near my level.
Yeah.
I think if you're it's like me, I can't coach because of just things.
Because you're just too good, aren't you? Yeah, that's what it is.
These idiots.
I've always thought that. Zidane's probably the exception to that one, isn't he? Of a great player who's done well.
Who's the best? Ancelotti's another one, isn't it? Who's the best sort of player manager combo?
Guardiola's not far off. He was a very good player, wasn't he?
He wasn't Zidane though, was he?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying. You asked me the best combo.
Not you,
oh, right, what he said.
Gigs.
We lost how many?
Scholes did I.
1-2 lost 2.
1-2 lost.
United, yeah. Was it 1-2 lost or was it 1-2
we drew
1 lost 1?
We drew one at St Mary's.
Yeah, I think 1-2 drew.
We lost at home to Sunderland, didn't we?
That was a great away day, that.
It wasn't like, you know, when Ollie came in and just smashed it as caretaker, it was like, there's no contest there. Actually, we're going to have to give it him. There was none of that, was there?
Actually, why didn't people ever use that Giggs thing as a... Because remember when Ollie did it and people were like, oh... And Paul Ince was like, oh, anyone could do that. It's like... No one ever went, well, with why didn't Giggs do it?
Yeah, why didn't Giggs come in with a better team than Ollie probably inherited?
Do you know what I mean?
And just win those 4 games against easy, winnable teams? We lost at home to Sunderland, for fuck's sake. It's like, it's not that easy.
Weren't they doing a great escape at that moment, though?
Yeah, they were, but player for player, they weren't very good.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, that was an ultimate escape. Amo Rayo says, my guess is that Ollie... Oh, yeah, sorry, I read that one. Danny Shields says, Keno's only 50.
True.
By the time it's 52, I have to have an interview with him.
Yeah. Mikel Seisland says...
what happens when it's 52?
No, it's just I'm giving myself a time limit.
You give yourself 2 years.
Yeah.
It was said
Otherwise
that Ollie did not want Van der Beek, but that he bought Van der Beek due to Van der Sar convinced Eddie was a bargain and good fit for United. Think there's any truth in that? Did Van der Sar go, got this player here, he's mint, Real Madrid want him, and then...
Remember when Van der Sar wrote us that letter, look after Donny, and then look what we've done to the poor cunt.
You feel that guilt? Do you honestly feel sorry for Donny Van der Beek?
I genuinely do. I genuinely do.
You always like stick
because he's a good footballer, bro.
Yeah, so
he's a good footballer.
Yeah,
he's better than some of the muppets that are in our midfield on a regular basis.
Played 29 games last season.
Yeah, but let's be real.
Right.
Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Played 29 games. Did he really though?
Well, yeah.
Accumulate all the minutes together. It's like 2 full games.
The one thing though I will say is,
30 seconds ago.
Yeah. This is kind of undermine my point. He did play, I think, full games against Leicester, didn't he, in the league and in the FA Cup towards the end of the season.
He used to play with our shit teams.
I know, I understand that. I'm saying there's a bit of a thing there when not like he shone when he played for United. Maybe he does need more time to do that to be able to prove himself.
Yeah.
But
here's what I will say is, whilst I don't feel particularly sorry for him, and I think he will get chances this season.
Developing news for Brucey.
Go on then, what we got?
Sorry guys, we got breaking news. Brucey's breaking bonus. Bruce.
You should be at work.
He is at work.
Oh shit.
He's cheering because
Hamza Chowdhury might be on the way. Oh wait,
no,
it's broken down.
No, it's all gone wrong. Jeddy's Thor said it's been said for the last couple of years that McTominay could grow into that player. Well, this is the year to prove it.
I know he's injured.
And then Makashi says Arteta is Arsenal's Fred.
Shall I tell you how we are responsible for this happening?
Go on.
Have you heard how we're responsible for this happening?
For what happening?
I should have saved this for PR Piss Tape, but here we go.
Go on.
Manchester United are responsible for Arteta being in a job at Arsenal.
Why?
Pause that.
Yeah.
Because I want to cuss him in a minute.
I'll bring it up and I'll read it out.
So, do you remember when Manchester United beat Arsenal 8-2?
2013 was it?
Or whenever it was.
2012. It was the 2012 season, wasn't it?
Was it? Sorry.
So we beat Arsenal 8-2.
Yeah.
The window was just about to close in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Arsenal get battered and think, bloody hell, we have to go out and sign some players.
Yeah.
So they rushed out and signed a few players. Guess what one of those players was?
Was that Mikel Arteta? Was that when he signed?
Yes.
Really?
So they only signed him because they thought, oh my fuck, like we're fucked. Everything's fucked. We need to sign some players. We need some experience in the dressing room. I know who. Mikel Arteta. So without them signing Mikel Arteta, there's never that connection with the club, and there's never a reason for him to become Arsenal manager. Therefore, that 8-2 defeat is what led us here.
Right, okay.
That's incredible.
It was the beginning of the end for Arsenal.
That's amazing.
So,
and it's probably true as well.
No, it is true. Brother, I've literally just spent a minute or two telling you.
There's probably some truth in what you've just said there. I like that. We'll obviously we'll get that clarified by someone who knows better, but very good stuff, that. Very good stuff.
I do. Like, those little
I
things,
believe you.
like,
I want to mess in.
You know, little things can change the world, can't they? You know what I mean? You never know where they lead to.
Hey, I tell you what little things can change the world.
Yeah.
My pubes, Jay. Because this show is sponsored by Manscaped.
Right,
you know Manscaped, don't you? You're going to tell us a little bit about Manscaped in just a second, Jay.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when you're shaving your pubes,
I'm
what sort of
22.
what sort of technology do you want?
Well, obviously, I don't want some old rotary phone dial-up technology. I want ultra high speed, 7,000 RPM. I want the best of the best, Jay.
Well, you're in luck.
Am I?
Because Manscaped have got the best of the best. They've got that lawnmower 4.0 technology, which has 7,000 RPM motor and new multifunctional on-off switch, which can engage a travel lock. So it's not going to vibrate in your luggage or in your hand luggage.
No, it's embarrassing, isn't it? It's embarrassing.
That's a vibrator. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Lawnmower 4.0 look.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes my arsehole this good.
Yeah.
And then you get it out and they go, round of applause. I've never seen an arsehole like it.
The pilot does a loop-de-loop with the plane because he's so happy.
We'll be landing in Party Town. Wicked ball. What else have they got?
It's also got the Weed Whacker, which is waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe trademarked technology, which help prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Seal the deal.
Yeah.
Seal that deal, baby. With Manscaped's liquid formulations even, their crop preserver, ball deodorant for before leaving the house.
I've got
crop
that on
reviver ball
right
toner
now
for a mid-game ball check.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you.
Yeah, get out of the shower, deodorant on the armpits, and then you go for the crop preserver on the nut bag. And it honestly makes it smell great.
Paddock Live is the code. You get free shipping. So you go to manscaped.com, you get 20% off and free shipping.
Fantastic.
Don't forget to use the code Paddock Live. Look after your balls.
Right, Jay, we've got just over an hour and a half.
I'm just trying to find this.
Ends.
Yes.
What you got?
Well, there's all this sort of stuff news on Sky Sports about Harry McCain giving a statement. So I'm just going to try and... Harry
McCain.
That's
He's John McCain from Die Hard's brother. Just
on this front, right, because it sort of ties in what Macca was talking about earlier. Are you surprised that...
Harry McCain loves his chips.
That Man City haven't gone bigger in this window? Because they lost the Champions League final, and no one wanted to admit that was Pep Guardiola's fault for getting the tactics wrong.
Yeah.
They always made it out, they need to spend more money and buy more players because it's not been back
they need another 4 fullbacks.
Yeah, he's only got a £1.5 billion squad or whatever it is.
Not you, James.
Thanks, bro.
Not him either. Not Darmesh.
Are you surprised? Because, yes, they bought Jack Grealish to make it the most expensive English player ever, but people thought they might go and get a Harry Kane. They didn't get him, didn't get Ronaldo. You know, they're quite good at not getting players as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And they
got rejected by 3 of the world's best players all in 1 year.
And the other thing as well is, to add to that, not only did they not get Kane, they didn't get Ronaldo, they ain't got anyone.
Yeah.
They haven't got any new strikers. They got rid of Aguero, who had become a bit part player for them, but is Man City's greatest striker ever without a doubt by an absolute mile. They got rid of their best ever striker and replaced him with no one.
Yeah.
And to me, that is mad. Like, I know that we all have a go at City, and fair enough, They've got the most expensive team ever assembled, I think. You know, Pep spent more money in the last 9 years than anyone in England has, or in the last 6 years or 5 years, however long it's been at City, than anyone in England has. But they have had an odd transfer window, if you ask me. It's clear they're after a striker. Yeah. Maybe now, just based on nothing other than what they've done, you would have to think they're going for Haaland next year. But they haven't signed anyone. They are hoping that a very much an aging, is it 36 or 37 Fernandinho now? 36 maybe?
Yeah.
They've got Rodri, who's a good player, but isn't a peak Fernandinho. They've got a midfield that there's some problems in Bernardo Silva, who wants to leave. Yeah. There was rumours that Riyad Mahrez wants to leave. Raheem Sterling was up for sale all summer and no one seemed to want to go after him. There must be, for the first time, some unsettled players there. Aymeric Laporte's another one who wanted to leave, or was rumoured to want to leave. It's not quite as happy over there as it seemed like it was last season, and I'm a little bit surprised they haven't gone bigger. They haven't got any striker, not even a lone striker, not even an aging striker to sort of fill the gaps. I think that team...
Cavani would have been perfect for him.
Yeah, I think that team is worse now than it was 12 months ago. As much as I like Jack Grealish, I don't think he's a massive step up on Raheem Sterling or Bernardo Silva or Riyad Mahrez. It's not the position they needed. I'm very surprised, honestly. I think they're letting United and Chelsea steal a march on them.
Just on that front, Maka, who do you think has had the best window so far? Is it Chelsea or is it United? Who do you think? Or
can you get a list of Chelsea's?
Yeah, I'll bring up Chelsea signings. We're obviously, you know what United have done, and we've discussed that. But
if I was to take into consideration their squads that they already have, you're probably looking at Chelsea. But if you take into consideration just the window and the business that they've done and the players that they've brought in, I'd say United. I think bringing in the greatest player in the world with the mentality that he has and not only what he brings as a player, but what he will bring to the rest of the team and lifting them. Yeah, I think Rafael Varane. Yeah, and I think Jadon Sancho. And I think when you look at the prices too, I think pound for pound we've made the 3 best transfers in this window.
Do you know what I like about our transfers as well? You've got finally last season we had this thing, didn't we? We got loads of squad players. Van der Beek, Telles, Diallo, Palestre, even Cavani. You thought Martial was going to be our number 9 and Cavani was just going to be his backup. He just sort of didn't transpire that way. But this time round, I expect Jadon Sancho to start when everyone's fit. I expect Rafael Varane to start. I expect Cristiano Ronaldo to start. It's like we've gone out and got first team players. We've massively improved our first team, whereas we haven't really done that in the past. Well, not until you have to go through the summer before. So that's what's impressed me about what Manchester United have done. Is it's not just 4 players that have come in and like 3 squad players. Only Tom Eaton who's a squad player, isn't there? And the other 3 first teamers.
I think it's worth mentioning with Chelsea as well. Yeah. And this is always the case. Whenever a player joins a rival or another team, you think they are better than they are. Right. And Romelu Lukaku has proven himself to be one of the top strikers in Europe for the last half a dozen years. I'm not going to deny that. But we know as much as anyone, at the top level, Romelu Lukaku has his limitations. His build-up play isn't great. His touch still isn't great. I've seen enough of him in the last 18 months to know that his touch still isn't, it's never going to be whoever, but Dimitar Berbatov, his touch still lets him down. He does struggle in the big games. He still does. His record against the top 6 isn't great. And I think if it was, let's say it was United re-signing Lukaku instead of getting Ronaldo, we'd be going, is that the right move?
I do think
I know that it's a difference.
There's a thing where you see Lukaku just didn't fit in at United. Yeah. And I think because we have a certain expectation of what we want our forwards to be, when he does certain things, you'll get the crowd going, come on. And at Chelsea, when he does those set things, which we find annoying, because they have a different expectation of what their forwards are meant to be, they won't have those moans and groans. So he'll feel at home, so he'll feel loved, and as a result, he'll be a better player for them. I agree with you. I still think he has his limitations, and a lot of the question marks that we asked about him, like against Liverpool, they weren't answered. But I also think, on the flip side, he has improved from the striker that we saw at Man United. Conte, when he first went into Milan, I think it was, I'm not sure, I might have the period of time wrong, but I think for like the first 6 months, Conte was like, you're only training with your back to goal. Wow, he wanted him to improve with his strength and his,
because he wasn't that good at that at United, was he?
No, he wasn't. Because of how he looks, people think he's a big, strong forward. Oh, he's a Drogba. He's nothing like that. No. He's closer. in a weird way, it sounds mental. Like, he tries to spin in like a short striker and run in, but use his strength at the same time, feel people out and all that kind of stuff. So
have you seen the video of him and Carragher?
Yeah. And that shows you exactly one of the things that he tries to do.
Yeah.
So I do think he's a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for. And I do think he still has the same limitations, although he has improved. But I do think being at a club where they want you there, where you feel at home, where the fans aren't quite getting on your back because you don't fit in with their expectations, will help him.
The first season at United, certainly the first good chunk at United, the fans were happy he was there. People weren't on his back.
I'm not saying we weren't happy.
No, I know,
but there was always a thing of, just that sound. Oh.
Yeah. No, you know
we went from Zlatan to Lukaku.
He was one. Lukaku was one of those. Well, when he was bad, he was awful. Yeah, and it became that meme. He falling over the ball. His touch just deserting him.
I still think that he's that player to a large extent.
You know, even Pogba seems to get annoyed with him.
No, I know. Yeah,
Pogba
you're good up here.
Isn't like that usually. And one thing I used to like about Lukaku, and I think you're right about the crowd helping him. If you chanted Lukaku's name, he'd acknowledge it straight away.
Yeah.
He's one of those players.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah, he don't, wouldn't it? Because I think he's one of those that feeds off the crowd's sort of love, and he might have even helped him at times having no crowd there. Do you know what I mean? Like behind the club. I'm not, saying you might have just been like he's able.
When he went into Italy, they treat him like a king.
Yeah, no, I get that. And
straight away.
It's you've all been in the ground where it's like you think get behind these players, and then you can't help but you groan sometimes. You're like, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? It's like a natural reaction.
And it wasn't to the same extent as
rival fans mocking the away fans mocking him when he loses the ball. Yeah, or when you're away from home, the home fans mocking him and he's got like 30,000 bods laughing at him. It's not nice. So maybe you're right. Maybe at Chelsea,
But as well, he gets you see against Liverpool at the weekend. We'll use it as an example. There were a few typical Lukaku moments that get memed up when he's at United.
Yeah.
But because he's not at United now, it's like. Those same things aren't clipped up.
He also came in at a time, didn't he, where the expectation had gone back up because we just won 2 trophies. Yeah. We were
in the Super Cup when he came, weren't we?
We'd won the Europa League. You got Jose. He's had that first season to get everyone settled. Pogba's back. He's had a full season. You think, right, this is it. You get Nemanja Matic. You get Romelu Lukaku. I think Lindelof, came in as well. So you think, this is a new sort of spine of the team. We're going to kick on now. We have 4-0 FC for the first sort of 5 games, whatever, and you think this is it, title challenge, Jose's second season. Mm-hmm. It's all written. He scores 9 in his first 11 games, and then scores 1 in his next 10 or whatever. Yeah. And he never really got back to that initial buzz. Do you know what I mean? It was. He's
really a massive confidence player.
Is it only Chelsea, United, Liverpool, and City that really? Are in this
Spurs are sitting top at the minute, but I ain't taking them serious.
No, I think we're the only 3 teams that can win the league. I don't think Liverpool can.
You have to.
On that front,
Jurgen Klopp is different.
Just on the who's had the best sort of transfer window as well. What have you made of Liverpool's? Because they've literally just brought in Kanai.
Yeah.
What have we got left?
They've got Gomez, Matip, and Van Dijk back.
Yeah.
They've brought in Kanai.
Yep.
So they've got more defenders.
Yeah.
But that's about it. They've lost Wijnaldum. They've lost Shaqiri. I think they may have lost Origi or could lose Origi. So they've lost a lot of those squad players as well that are around them. Your front 3, you're looking at the usual suspects with Jota behind them. They've added that young lad who's talented to the midfield, Harvey
Elliott. Yeah, I was just looking at him.
He's a good lad, but
he's 18. So
is he? Yeah. Is he the addition you need to get back to winning the league? I was speaking to Laz about this on the kickoff, and I said I wasn't trying to wind it because normally when we talk about United Liverpool, it turns into a slang fest.
Yeah, of course it
does.
I
tried to peel it back a bit and just say, as a Manchester United fan, over the last 3 years, I have been surprised but satisfied that Liverpool haven't capitalised on their success with the transfer market and with rebuilding. Yeah. Especially when you look at how good their recruitment was.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I don't think they will challenge as high. I still think they can because of Klopp. I think he's an equaliser, but I don't.
Do you think they sort of overrated the fact of the Van Dijk coming back and bringing in Kanai? They think, Van Dijk's back now, he solves everything. That's been the whole problem with us. And also fans being back as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But fans being back in the stadium because he lost 6 on Anfield on a spin. That doesn't happen.
Impossible.
We all laughed there, and I got a million tweets out of it, believe me. Yeah. But that doesn't happen ever. No. So you don't expect that to happen again. So do you think they have sort of gone, fans are back,
the best defender in the world, even though he's not.
Oh, they proper think that.
Yeah, no, they do.
Oh, our fans are back.
Yeah, and you've all been to Anfield.
It's a new signing.
A minute of noise, and then it's 89 minutes of shite, and then they sing at the end. So do you think that's where they look in and go, Van Dijk and the fans will be all right?
I think I can't think of a team that has improved their starting 11 so little and maintained trophies in over a 3-year period. I can't imagine that's happening.
Shout out, bro. No, I agree. I think I was surprised. They sort of got away with it, didn't they? Because they came second to City and didn't really buy anyone.
No.
And then won the league anyway, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's sort of like they seem to be able to think they had enough of a squad.
They sell coffee at this time and place.
Yeah, they should do. So we're doing a long thing. Mac is just having a look on his phone. What about what else? No, it's all right.
I'm sorry.
Not having a dig. It's it is a long night.
You are.
I'll get a nice coffee if you've got one.
Yeah, I'll have a mockery if you're doing them. Just on that front, Joe, I'm going to talk about Leicester. Just because
Jolie Leicester,
because I will get super chats. I know some of you put super chats in. I'll get 7 minutes. Do you think they could gate crash the party at all? Because they've been. If you look at other teams that perhaps could do it, Leicester have been there or thereabouts. Won the FA Cup last year.
Yeah,
were in the top 3 for much of the previous season until the last sort of week. Thanks. Do you think they could have, looking at their transfer window, I'll just go through some of the players they brought in.
We'll go through them one by one and actually have a little talk about it.
They brought in, obviously they took Leston Hughes from us, but no disrespect to that lad. Look at the ones that may perhaps make a difference. Yeah. You look at Boubacar Soumaré, who's coming from Lille, good player. Ryan Bertrand, I think he's coming as a left-back option. And Vestergaard from Southampton. Does that make any difference to them? Does that kick him on at all?
I think Vestergaard's a good player.
Yeah.
I think Soumaré's a good player.
Yeah.
I think Patson Daka, did you mention him as well?
No, sorry, I didn't see him on my list. Is he?
Patson Daka's joined.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's at top. I missed him.
Daka's class,
yeah, from Salzburg, yeah.
Leicester have had one of the best windows out of anybody.
Right, fair enough.
I think if you look outside the top 4,
yep.
Aston Villa and Leicester City have done great business. I think Patson Daka is a fantastic goal scorer, and it's great. Like we very rarely see footballers out of Zambia coming to the Premier League. I like when there's like a random nation being represented.
No, 100%.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Zambians. But it's great to see someone come from, like from a different country and is talented as well. He will get goals. And I think one of the issues with Leicester has been outside of Vardy, where the goal's going to come from. Yeah. And you look at Kalichi and Acho, he was never as good as Rashford, like we told him.
He had a very good season last season.
Yeah. He's now he reminds you of a senior player. Yeah. Because he's now playing and performing.
But the thing with him is you wouldn't trust him to get back to back like Vardy has. He's not proven that himself to be reliable.
But he's not. I don't think he's at that stage of his career yet. But I think Patson Daka is a more natural goal scorer. And I think he will eventually be the replacement for Jamie Vardy. I also think, what's the young lad? Samari.
Samari.
Boubacar Samari. I think they got him for £18 million. Seriously, United should have been looking at that.
Yeah, I like Leicester's business a lot. I think they've improved their first team. I think they're better now than they were. I just think the gap is too big at the moment for them to overcome that. I don't think they've got the consistency. Again, they're in Europe this season. That's going to.
I've got them in top 4,
Over Liverpool. I think I put Liverpool to finish second.
Yeah.
I just think there's going to be some weird shit go on this season. It's going to be mad. The fact that only Tottenham have won their first 3 games is mental. Like, generally speaking, 2 or 3 teams win 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Only one team has won 3.
Do you think this is going to be another 97, 98 pointer?
As it stands now, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that happening.
Do you think, and I don't want to fire hypotheticals at you, but go on.
No, I like a little.
Do you think we're going to see another 18 winning or 19 or 20, whatever it was we say, stint? Is that going to take what's going to take it to win the league? Because the last few seasons we've seen a team go on and win like 20 games basically almost, and that's carried them to the title. Or do you think it's going to be a lot more competitive this time round?
I think the league winner has around 86, 7 points.
Yeah, so it's a lot more.
It's a lower one.
Right. Okay.
I think, and like teams probably lose 3 or 4 games.
Right. Yeah.
The winner of the league will. Like, how much did City lose last year? 5. They lost more than us. Didn't they?
City did. I think they did. I think they lost.
I think by the end it was a draw.
I think. Yeah, I think
we lost like 3 of our last 5 games, didn't we?
Yeah, we just more.
Something like that.
sacked it off, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Europa.
we've done a Jose. I'm going to get into some of the chats. Jared Davies says, even without an out-and-out DM, we still have enough to challenge. 21 is coming. Love from South Africa. Love South Africa.
So do I loved it out there.
Yeah, you've been out there, haven't you? Jamie Usher says, I agree with Adam about wanting the ball, but at Wolves, Pogba had to always come deep, and it seemed, which said to me that either Fred didn't want the ball or the team don't trust him to dictate play.
There's sometimes I see players not pass to him.
Pass
They
to
go
us, sorry, say that
and
again.
They think, oh, it's him.
Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
That way.
You should never look at it and think,
Yeah.
you know, who
you
is
should.
it? Come on,
You should.
look, I'm not passing to him. Anyone should be good enough.
You should think, all right, you should know your teammates.
Yeah, but surely
right.
you're saying you're looking at him and going, "Oh, it's him. I'm not passing to him."
Yeah,
Why?
because playing against us.
What?
You heard.
Right. Okay.
So have you got
You
Chelsea?
see that thing of Benzema in the tunnel? Say, don't give him the ball, he's playing against us.
Really?
Who was he talking about? Vinicius.
Finishes.
Really?
How incredible! Imagine hearing your teammates say that.
Why? What was it? Was it Madrid?
Yeah,
What?
because he was playing so bad.
Yeah.
He's like, he's playing against us. Don't give him the ball.
Oh my God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's bad.
Imagine that.
That's why you didn't flinch when I said it. You was just like, what is that?
I know, right?
Have you got Chelsea?
I can't believe that
up there?
happened.
Sorry.
I need to see that clip. Sorry, that's thrown me. That's awful.
Have you got Chelsea's full list of transfers knocking about?
It's only it's not that long, I think.
Do either of you want a donut?
Yeah,
No.
of course I do. Oh right, sorry. There you go. Producer Cam's actually sent me the entire list.
Let's
of-
actually go through these properly.
Right, so you've got Chelsea, Sal Niguez, who's not been confirmed yet, but it looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Lukaku and Bettinelli.
Yeah.
City, you've got Grealish, Keiki, who's 19 years old, Brazilian
Grealish.
right winger.
Stop there.
They signed Paige Keiki.
You know him?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of him.
She a rapper?
And United,
what I mean?
obviously.
And also, United have got. We know what United have got. Liverpool have just got Kanate.
I know people want to have Chelsea.
Spurs are worth mentioning. Spurs.
Go on, mention Spurs.
Brian Gill, Emerson Royal,
Christian
Paquetá,
Romero's a good sign.
Christian Romero, and Galini, goalkeeper.
I think they've had a very good window, Tottenham. I don't think it's enough to talk about the title discussion. Obviously not.
It seems weird, when we go about how well Chelsea have done in the transfer market. You think, all right, it's only like
1.5 players. I honestly think Manchester United have had not just the best, by far the best transfer window this summer.
No.
Who's better than ours?
Chelsea's up there.
It's not. It just isn't.
I don't think Chelsea's up with us. I think
You
we've had the
don't?
best transfer- I think
By
we've
a
had the best
mile,
transfer
we've had the
window.
best transfer window. Are you
Mate,
kidding
Rafael
me?
Varane
Varane,
alone.
Sancho,
No, I
Ronaldo.
know.
It's an
that is
amazing
incredible.
signing. And you throw
You've
in
got to take into context what they already have and
Yeah,
what
of
they
course.
needed. And what they... All right, they never got Koundé, which is...
Big.
But then we never got a midfielder.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got Saul and they got Lukaku.
Right.
So
So which one of our signings is Saul a better signing than?
Saul would have been a good signing for us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying talking about the window itself and who we've brought in, Saul isn't as good as any of the three we've brought in.
But where you look where
It's
they
better than
needed,
Heaton,
maybe
but, you know.
needed to improve, like a lot. I know we've praised Kovacic and Jorginho and Kante, but a lot of people criticise their ability on the ball. Maybe Saul changes that for them. So I think Chelsea's signings, for what they need, it's up there. And for the difference that
good.
makes to the team as well,
Yeah.
I think it's up there. And the combination of Tuchel's first full season, I think they're the favourites.
I think the Tuchel factor is big. I think they are now reaping the rewards from last summer.
Yeah.
They had a sensational window last summer. Thiago Silva, I know he's not playing every week now, but Havertz is coming good. Havertz,
Chilwell and players like that.
yeah, Havertz, by the way, who looked like one of the biggest flops I've ever seen until about Christmas. Like, he was a step off everything for 3 months. Slowly he's proven his worth, slowly, to the point he won the Champions League for him. Ziyech hasn't hit those highs and probably won't. But Werner, I think, could be on for a great season this year. He's going to play less games, but he gets in so many good positions.
He's going to be so good for Lukaku.
Yeah,
Werner.
exactly. Him on the left-hand side there. But again, Chilwell's another one. Again, I know that he doesn't always play every week, and which is a bit weird to me, but, he doesn't. But I just think they've got such a strong base.
Who plays? Cesar's Pogba.
No, Alonso.
Left back sometimes.
Yeah. So I think they've got such a good base.
I'm not going to say
No,
either.
yeah, because let's not.
Yeah,
No,
it's
and
not
let's
fair.
move on as well a little bit, shall
We
we?
have to think about the victims as well.
Yes, 100%.
But I just think that, I just think that United getting Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo right now is a better player than Lukaku is.
I agree.
I think he certainly was last season. He got more goals.
Obviously,
than
Lukaku's got another 5 years or whatever.
Yeah,
Ronaldo's got 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I think that Sancho is a better player than anyone we've got by a mile. I think he's a better player than Salah. I know it's hard to compare different positions. And Varane is arguably the best centre-back in the world.
No, he's the best signing of the summer.
But well, exactly. But like, I think United have improved our starting 11 more than anyone.
No, I
agree.
Yeah.
3 players in our starting 11. Almost
Mental.
without this debate.
No.
Like,
I think Sancho's the only debate.
Sancho might be a debate, yeah. We've had that, or we're going to. Ronaldo isn't coming here to sit on the bench and watch Edinson Cavani.
And why would he? Because he's brilliant.
And Varane isn't going to be Victor Lindelof's backup.
No.
So you've improved the first team a lot, whereas other teams haven't done that. Yash says, we won the league with Cleverley, Carrick, Anderson and Agent Scholes.
Yep.
Is our current midfield...
Asian Skulls.
Asian Scholes.
That's what they used to call me back in the day.
Did they? Really?
Yeah, always.
No,
It's
they
like
didn't.
Asian Skulls.
It's not because you had ginger hair. Is our current midfield is better than that?
He used to dye it blonde for Beckham and he dyed it ginger for
Yeah,
Vince.
hey, Asian Skulls.
Agent Scholes!
Hey, Mac is like, hey,
Asian Scholes!
He scores goals galore, Asian Skulls. He scores goals galore, Asian Skulls.
Oh, Asian Scholes!
Chelsea, City were defending European champions, EPL champions as well. Also, can CR7 have same effect, I like this question, as RVP?
Yeah, no, Cavani is because he's going to be having 21.
All right, Paresh Shawan says, I feel so much for Cavani. He was our prime striker last season without audience, and now
Don't feel sorry for him.
now he's second choice striker
And yet you feel sorry for
gets
Donny.
lesser game.
Donny doesn't even get
I've just lost that.
told that we like him.
Lesser game time with
Donny
all
doesn't even
audience.
invite him to dinner, bro.
Carl
Absolute lie.
Aiken, with our existing team, I think Scott has the best potential to make CDM his own,
Yeah,
with
me
Rafa
too.
and Harry behind him, and he's free. And this frees up Pogba and Bruno.
I honestly believe
Um,
Scott McTominay is a good player, you know.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
But that's
but I think he could be better. I think he's improved over the last 4 years. Only Marcus Rashford has improved as much as Scott McTominay.
Yeah. Well, who else? Who else is there really?
Sure.
Because Greenwood's not been around.
Luke
that
Shaw,
long.
yeah, Mason
Anand
Greenwood.
Makashi says Donny had less minutes than Van Dijk last season. Yash says,
Yeah.
don't forget Donny got injured the same time as Pog got injured in January, and he returned even later than Pogba. Injuries have not helped him as well. I agree.
Great point.
Not playing in the Euros didn't help him. Sean Patrick McDade says Steve Bruce is as red as Jerry the Berry.
Yeah, he's quite red.
Jimmy F
better.
says, guys, Ronaldo has put. Oh yeah, sorry, I've read that one. Yes,
Too
the
much
Francie
reading from
Brady says, who's a member for 10 months. Thanks for your support. Says, the Lukaku myth. Same player he was.
Yeah.
Chelsea, welcome to him. I think that's your lot.
Right, here we go. Here's the funniest thing. So Antoine Griezmann has
Footballer.
gone from Barcelona to Atletico Madrid.
Has he?
Yep.
Shit.
And this has caused a big uproar in
like an uproar.
Catalonia.
Yeah.
Basically, Messi had to leave Barcelona because Barcelona couldn't offload Griezmann.
Right.
You see where this is going, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now they've offloaded Griezmann,
dear.
Yeah.
but Messi's already gone.
Messi back, please? Sorry, we've kicked it into your garden. We're running back now. I don't think it would have mattered.
Do you remember when Figo went to Real Madrid?
Figo, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and he went back to Barcelona and played in the front.
I had
Pig's
the
head.
pig head ready.
Pig head, yeah. I think that will look like a warm welcome compared to what Griezmann gets when he goes there then.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be fucking raging with him.
Here's a question though.
He
If
bet
they-
he scores
Do
at
you know
the
something,
UK.
right?
Yeah.
But here's the truth.
He does some annoying thing,
Yeah.
like there's some little stupid dance.
Yeah, little
You're all
Fortnite
crying.
dance. The thing is, though, let's be honest. Messi could still be a free agent right now. He didn't
free
have,
agent,
He didn't have. Was that your nickname at school as well? Was it
Free agent.
But he didn't. But he didn't. He didn't have to sign for PSG immediately. He didn't. Right. So what happened is the league went.
Just that
You
one,
can't
not
sign
that
him as things stand. And then Messi went, right, I've signed for PSG the same day. Messi could still be a free agent. He could have waited. Like
That whole
we
Messi
could've,
thing
like,
just bored me.
How
I thought
did
it
they
was a load
know
of
they
pathetic
couldn't sell
drivel.
Griezmann with 10 days or 2 weeks
I'm
still
not
to
being
go?
funny as
I
well.
think they could have.
Like,
I think
Real
that's bullshit.
Barcelona fans have this thing of everything.
HP the sauce.
Everything stopped. Like everything's
Sorry.
everything's about Messi.
Yeah.
Like that's what stopped us getting Messi. Oh, that stopped us keeping Messi. You know, the tea ladies
extended a contract. Oh, if she hadn't done that, we could have kept Messi. It's bollocks.
Yeah.
I think they've just been badly mismanaged for so long.
Yeah.
You can't have a situation where they had in the Champions League where you've got players coming on against you, scoring against you, knocking you out of the Champions League, and you own them.
Am I living in a glitch in the Matrix? Why is Harry Panera on the screen with Paul
And
Merson?
also, they're in such a weird spot. It looks like he's just walked in.
It does, doesn't it?
Can I get on telly, please?
Yeah. And Paul Merson.
Yeah.
Paul Merson.
They just watching. He's like, my mate's here.
It's good that we don't understand this. You can just imagine what he's saying.
Harry Panero's
Paul
class,
Merson
man.
hasn't made eye
Shout
contact
out
once. There
HP.
it is, first eye contact.
Can I just read out Super Chat quickly?
Go
Because
on.
it's been waiting for a long time. Nihar Joshi says, which type of CDM do you think is best for this United side? Destroyer,
Carrick.
Kante, or ball player, Carrick?
Carrick.
I'm old school, me. I like a destroyer.
Kante.
But we need Carrick.
For this team, we need Kante.
We've got a destroyer in there, isn't it? Because every time he plays, he destroys my confidence. But
Who's that, Fred?
yeah,
Nice. I love that.
I think a ball player like Carrick, and I think that's what Ollie
I
wants.
know,
as
we've
well.
just been saying that.
I think that's what Ollie wants. That's why he's not gone for a Basuma.
Ross Murphy's said something quite controversial. I don't know if I should read it out.
It can't be as controversial as some of the ones you read out earlier.
All right, I'll read it out. Just don't judge
Calling
me.
us sex offenders.
He says PSG have had a good window.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's it. He's an idiot.
Shit, that.
Ross, come on, mate.
Come on.
Don't be saying
I
things
mean,
like
he's reaching a bit.
that.
Isn't he?
It's a bit of a stretch, that one, mate.
I
Do
mean,
you know what I mean?
Ramos, Messi,
Who?
Donnarumma,
What?
some shit midfielder from Liverpool,
Hakimi.
and they got everyone for free.
Hakimi was 60 million, but
I mean,
everyone else.
Imagine getting players that no one can even put a price on. Isn't that so shit? Just take him.
Don't even want him anymore.
That's what
You know
Barca
I
said about Messi.
Priceless, worthless. Yeah.
mean?
Cheers.
Paris shout and says, can we play 4-4-2 with both Ronaldo and Cavani?
I've actually
No.
thought about that, but we could play a 3-5-2.
Where's Bruno?
Not in the team.
Um,
we could play a 3-5-2.
Danny Shield says, Jay, you missed my super chat about Ronnie picks the new kit. I thought I read it. Sorry, I mustn't have read it out loud because we had the picks the new kit. But thanks for the heads up, Danny. Thanks for all your support
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
3-4-1-2.
We will read all your super chats, but Jay may just read some of them in his head.
Yeah.
So you could go
That's our promise to
right,
you.
3-4-1-2. Varane, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka,
Yeah.
or Luke Shaw.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No Lindelof.
No.
Okay.
And then you go 4. You got Pogba, Fred. Why do I have to say him all the time? Nah, we shouldn't do that actually because we got to leave too much attackers on the bench.
Thank you.
Do you remember this time last year, lads?
We were
We
millionaires.
were waiting for the
For
announcement
nothing.
of Jadon Sancho. And then we had a big announcement, didn't we?
Yeah.
Jim White. Big announcement coming out of Old Trafford, Manchester United. Made a signing. And everyone, well, you two were like, you
We're jumping up
especially.
and down, thinking
Say
it's
Jadon
Sancho.
I
Sancho.
won't jumping up and down
No.
about anything Jim White says.
I was.
All right, you were. And it was Facundo Palestre. So it wasn't the Jadon Sancho.
But
one
he's
we
been
were
good
like.
for United.
But yeah, I'm not having to dig at him. You look at it this year and this summer, bit better, innit?
Lots of rumours circulating around Arsenal as well.
Yeah, they've just signed a midfielder.
Just
a
looking
defender,
at that.
sorry,
No, let's.
Tiramisu.
I know you laugh at him, and rightly so.
Don't,
But Arsenal have
Their business in context
They've-
isn't bad.
right. Look, I'll just list some of these transfers. You got
Don't be
Nuno,
silly, please.
Nuno Tavares, you know whatever. You've got the lad Lukonga.
Was he 19?
Yeah.
Lukonga's a good midfielder.
Yeah, Ben White obviously had a decent season at Brighton. You've got Odegaard, who was already there on loan, but I think
Ben
you
Dover's better than Ben White.
You've made that deal permanent. You've got Aaron Ramsdale, who's come in.
Any rumours we've
Who's
seen
come in?
today?
Stop talking.
Yeah.
He's come in as a reserve keeper almost. Aaron Ramsdale.
For 30 million quid!
I mean, yes, they spent 150 million quid, but what they've basically
Yes,
gone
they
out.
spent 150 million quid. But what they've done
Yeah.
is not improve their team
Yeah.
at all from last year.
That's like the opposite of United. where
Honestly,
you've gone a
anyone who
reserve
tries to
keeper,
defend that
a player
absolute
we already
shower
have.
shite is thick.
And-
I actually think
Adam, please.
Lukonga's a good signing.
How
Right.
old is he?
£15 million.
15.
How old?
How old is he? 50 million.
How old
Right.
is the Kong? Is he 19?
21.
Right,
So
same
he's
thing.
past
Lukonga's
it.
got a good future ahead of him. Who else had a sign?
Odegaard, who was already there.
Odegaard for £30 million, a bargain.
No, it's
Right.
not.
When you look at how highly he was rated like 2 years ago and the kind of money that was being floated about for him 2 years ago, I think Odegaard's a good signing at £30 million. One that
and
you could probably make a profit on.
Honestly,
in 3-4
2
years'
years
time.
ago, Christian Eriksen was one of the best players in the Premier League. So you can't be like 2 years ago.
Did you not see what happened to him in the summer? Though?
Yeah, but that's not one man on that, is it? What?
Yes, because he was obviously the best player in the world when that happened to him, wasn't he?
I mean, You kind of picking the wrong player to use.
I'm picking the exact right player.
He was sitting on
a lot can change
bench most of the last season.
I'm saying a lot can change in 2 years. I didn't. Why? What happened in the summer? I didn't see it. I was on holiday.
That's what stops him being the best player in the world forever. Yeah, I mean,
Joe's just ruthless, mate.
they haven't.
He's like, look, Ericsson was good. Now look at him.
No.
Shit.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at the 2 years he's had. Not even including the Euros. I wasn't thinking of the Euros.
I mean,
the
the only one that's going into that team is Ben White, innit? Well, not going into that team. The other one who you think maybe is someone that really
Conga starts next to Partey as well for me. Because Jack is alive.
Yeah, no, all right, fair enough.
Jack is their captain.
Yeah. And
Everyone thinks he can move him on, and he does, and they don't, and he plays every week.
It's like Matic with us. We're just like, oh, you're not. No one wants you. All right, here's a contract.
Sure, actually.
Do you remember Ashley Young? Everyone thought we'll replace him. He'll go. He won't be right back. We'll get Dallow in. Whatever. He just kept his place. That's what Xhaka is at Arsenal. He keeps playing no
Ben
matter
White?
what.
Do you think that's a good sign?
I think he's decent. I think he should have been like, what's the name? Is it a Japanese guy that they've just signed today?
Timurumasu.
I think that is the level of Ben White. He should be an 18 million euro, maybe 30 million euro type.
Do you know what
player.
it is with Arsenal as well, right? No matter what happens, whether it's a player coming through the academy or a signing they've made, they go ridiculously overhyped with him. So they buy Ben White, and the first thing they say is better.
Their fans are the biggest problem.
better deal than Varane.
Icons.
Like
They need heroes.
Better signing than Varane. And
Yeah.
like, well, that's a stupid statement.
It's because they've got a shit team.
Yeah, like any youngster they've had, like Willock or Maitland-Niles, best player in the world.
Pillock more like.
Yeah, best youngster in the world. Then it's
Love
like,
that.
well, he's not, is it? What are you
Shouldn't
on
say
about?
that.
What?
His brothers used to play for us.
No, but it's
It's only,
Unfair, isn't it?
it's only a joke.
Call him Pillock.
Funny though, isn't it?
What you ever done with July?
Bellerin's been sold as well. Producer Cameron just told me.
Look at me, I plant trees and I'm a vegan.
AM says Jordan 4, Jordan 1
Pathetic.
scorers more than one. Sancho the assisting 1, White 50, Varane 41.
You don't even know the reference to that, do you?
What?
What reference is that?
Oh, it's bad.
Where's that idea come from for that super chat?
Is it something to do with you two?
No.
Or what is it? Can you tell me?
It's a Dave song, bro.
Oh, right. Of course I don't know bloody Dave songs.
Yeah.
Jordan 4, Jordan 1.
Right, you sing it then.
Scorers more than one.
Right,
Yeah.
Sancho the assisting
Right.
1.
yeah.
White 50, Varane 41.
Right.
That's a good
Right.
bar there.
Sorry, I don't
Viva
know.
Ronaldo, Fergie's son.
Right,
DM
yeah,
didn't get one.
yeah.
United wins. That's 21.
That's really good. Also, we're less than an hour to go on.
Sorry, I butchered that one.
Transfer deadline
I'm not
day.
very good on
Transfer
the
deadline Dave
modern
over here.
musical references, but Adam McCullough got me
That was
out of jail
lovely.
with that
Really
one.
good.
So thank you for that, Macca. Yes, less than an hour to go. Are we going to sign anyone?
No.
Danny Shields says Donny's Poundland Raiola of an agent better than Arteta?
What did
Question
you
mark.
say? Poundland of an Asian?
Donny. Are you just going to say anything that begins with A is Asian now?
I'm going to say Asian.
I'll have you know.
Poundland of an Asian.
Asian. I am a quarter Asian anyway, so I can say it. Donny's.
First of all, anyone's allowed to say the word Asian. Second,
No, you're not. You need to stop saying it, mate. Because me and Adam are offended.
Yeah, I'm offended.
I'm deeply offended.
I'm deeply
Do you know what I mean?
offended.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't like
I
it.
think you need to stop.
well, I'm
Yeah.
Asian anyway.
You're pushing.
Are you though?
Caucasian. So
Done me there. You are. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Donny's Pound.
Panamerch.com. Get it.
Check it out.
Paddockmerch.com. Link in the description.
Donny's Poundland Raiola of an agent. Better than Arteta.
Yeah, obviously.
Right, yeah, there's your answer.
And also, Kane, if you want to get your move, you bloody idiot, get a good agent that isn't your dickhead of a brother. Yeah?
Shit, that's a point.
Bell end. Man, Harry Kane, yeah, he started his promo run from April, and you're still at Spurs, you prick.
Yeah. On the golf course with Gary Neville telling everyone how you're leaving.
But he's still a saint and professional and an angel. Cam, can you go with that thing, please?
Jay.
I want to talk about Harry Kane quickly because he's mentioned. I was looking for a
Love
quote
you,
from him. He told that radio station, I can't stand that you two sometimes go on, know about whether his reputation had been tarnished. He says, no, I don't think so. I think anyone involved in the football industry knows the ins and outs. I was quite calm with the situation, but when you're in it and you know the truth, then your conscience even is clear. My whole career, I've had ups and downs. From when I'm young to where I am, that's just part and parcel of it. I know there was a lot of noise surrounding me, but I was quite calm. I knew what the situation was between me and the club, and that's the way it will stay. A lot of people that know me will say I'm a professional athlete who's dedicated my life to this game, and that's what I'll continue to do.
We've got some character witnesses for Harry Kane who say he's a very professional person, and the fact that he wasn't turning up for work was nothing to do with that. We'd like to strike that from the record.
I look forward now. The aim has always been to win silverware with Tottenham, and it's been that aim every year. So,
except the aim this year was to win silverware with Man City.
Yeah.
You bellend.
I think you've done.
You know what? People also keep messaging me saying, "Why you got an agenda against Harry Kane? You this that." No, I haven't. Yeah. I'm just sick of all the shit. One sec. Coming now, mate. Just wait by the shutter. Coming now. I'm sick of all the shit.
Live?
I'm sick of all of it. No, like Harry Kane's so professional. Not now. Later. Harry Kane's so professional. He's a saint. Oh, poor Harry Kane. Spurs should let him go. Why should Spurs let him go? That means Spurs should let Son go, Harry Winks, just let Eric Dyer go, because poor Eric Dyer's never won a trophy either. Think about Eric Dyer. What about Hugo Lloris, the poor fella? Let him go too. Why is Harry Kane so special? If Harry Kane was so special, if Harry Kane was so good, like they say he is, like I say he is, like everyone says he is, why didn't your team win one of those 3 finals? And I know that sounds really simplistic, but Spurs are a good team.
Yeah.
They're not shit. It's not Jack Grealish at Aston Villa.
No.
It's not. I don't know.
Also, it's fair enough.
What was the other final? I can only League Cup, the Champions League final. What was the other one?
And Euros, I'm on about.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, no, it's a fair point, yeah.
Like, you never turn up.
I was thinking of Spurs.
When do you ever turn up for a final? Because I know for a fact, Zlatan winning one of them 3 finals.
Varane.
Do you know who's
never lost a final? No, he's never lost a final.
Do you know who's like that? As a striker was like that. Drogba was like that.
The best.
I hated playing against
I was going to bring Ronaldo.
I know obviously
Messi,
we beat him in 2008 when he got sent off, but you know the FA Cup final in 2007.
He scored in like 11 of 13 finals he was in.
You know, he wasn't as prolific as Harry Kane.
No.
He wasn't dropping 40 goals or 30
but
goals
Harry Kane gets put up there with all these players.
But here's one thing I will say.
Aubameyang in a FA Cup. I don't even like Aubameyang. I think he's a useless waste of space. He's not a leader. He shouldn't have the armband at Arsenal. What a fool. But turned up in a final and won it for him. Yeah. Like, you've never done that, bro.
One thing about Harry Kane, and I'm not just trying to argue for the sake of arguing, most people that I've seen talk about this Harry Kane situation have had a go at him. Don't no longer say he's a saint, he's all professional. Most people have had their mind changed by the last month. From what I've seen, I don't still see people going, he's misunderstood, he didn't turn up for work, but who cares? Most people now say he acted like a twat and he got caught out.
Yeah.
Do you think people are still saying that he's a
I don't know. I always think with some pundits and commentators, there's a little bit of an agenda sometimes to not go in on Harry Kane, to not give him grief. Because I think there's the whole England thing, England captain, that gets him a little bit of leeway. I also think
England captain.
I know, but
also times have changed a little bit.
And I also think there's this thing of some, I'm not saying all, but some pundits, commentators, they want him on their channel.
Yeah.
They want him to come on and do interviews for him. They want him to speak to him. They want to have a good relationship with him. And if they're laying into him and question his professionalism, that's not just saying he's had a bad game. If you're saying he's not professional.
And he is England's talisman player.
So I think there is different reasons. Paul Madison in Super Chat, he's also been a member for 10 months. Thanks for your support of the first team. Says, feel like we'd have known by now if United we've got to sign someone else. Time to be happy with who we got. Rely on Scotty Too Hotty to be the DM.
How long is he out, by the way?
Mark Hatton. I'm not sure. I think is it another month, I think, roughly? I'll have a look at that in a minute. Mark Hatton, who's been a member for 10 months as well, says cultural appropriation. Sports Lifestyle says, how much will us not signing at DM hinder our chances of winning the league or winning something this season? Also, me and Adam look alike. Thank you, my brother.
Who, me and you?
No, the lad, Sports Lifestyle. How much of a... Oliver Smith, I tweeted this before. Fergie not even a manager anymore and has had a better window than Arteta.
And he's still better than Arteta.
Yeah, how much... Into the chat's question.
So they haven't told us what's in our drink, just that's positive energy.
It's got positive energy in it.
What have you ordered?
I know whoever made this drink's got live, love, laugh on their wall.
Live, love, lard. They make the cups as well.
I think that's latte.
Mine's a mocha.
Yeah. Is that a mocha, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, bro. It looks like it.
Shouldn't have coffee.
Mocha. Smells like a mocha.
We've had a little coffee run.
Yes.
For everyone at home.
It's still going strong, though. We've got 52 minutes and 27 seconds. We're still going strong. Get involved in the chat. Hit that like button. Let us know what you think about Manchester United's transfer window so far. What do you think of other clubs' transfer window so far? Yeah. If someone had offered you Joe Smith...
Sorry, I'm just trying to not be sick at watching Adam here. having a stunning time trying to get into his drink.
You can answer this whilst I eat my donut. You two. Someone has said to you back in June or whatever that was, the transfer window.
We're not answering this. We're going to watch you guzzle down this donut.
I said to you,
come on.
At the end of the transfer window, City will have signed Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
The Scouts will have signed Kanate. Chelsea have got Lukaku and Niguez. And United have got Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho, and Tom Ian.
Yeah.
Would you have took that?
Definitely. And while you eat your donut, let me just mention my donut a little bit with Manscaped. I shaved my donut this morning.
Like an old acid face, that, eh?
I shaved my donut this morning, and I used Manscaped to do it. Use the code Paddock Live at checkout for 20% off and free shipping.
I used to have mates that have tattoos like that.
Did you?
Get them covered
Edison's got one there.
Our teenage years. Hey, it's like, why have you got that?
My mum and dad had the same tattoo. They got it when they were. Cause my mum and dad basically teenage pregnancy. I was accident basically.
Nothing wrong with being an accident.
When they were in school, when they just left school, they got tattoos, matching tattoos. Betty Boo.
Betty Boo, quality cartoon.
But why?
Betty Boop.
Betty Boop, why? I understand maybe a mum getting it, but why did my dad get it?
That's mad. Sexy.
Solidarity.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Thank him.
Yeah,
do you know
sexy.
what I mean?
My dad got it just above his back. I'm joking.
Imagine.
He got it down the spine of his shaft.
I could never have met you.
My dad got Betty Boo on his gooch.
Yeah. Sam Clue 17 says
And
Brucey at the
Manscaped.
back is well worth a super chat. Kyle Montgomery, a good question, says, does it impact our pursuit of a DM next season if Garner even impresses again this season? James Garner. How much of Danny Shields says Kane is as much of a prick as Shearer without the loyalty. Prick.
Danny Shields, thank you for your super.
Pete Holland says acid. Yeah, that's my donut, bro. Mervyn Edward says Ollie's trajectory is very similar to Klopp's. Liverpool 3 years into management, mirroring even the EL final loss. We're knocking at the door, surely. Thoughts?
Yeah. Also, great name. You don't see enough Mervyns or Marvins. Also, what's he going to stir that with his fucking nose?
Someone's asking Adam, what is Joe, Adams and Jay's starting 11 for the Newcastle game? There's a video coming out soon where we'll be giving our strongest 11.
Boys, I actually hate this place, you know. I swear we're surrounded by idiots, bro.
You are the one, though, that just opened the sugar pot and poured sugar all over your crotch. That was you, though, wasn't it? That wasn't anyone else. And spilled coffee all over the floor.
That was you who spilled the coffee.
No, you spilled the coffee. I was nowhere near you. You threw it in the floor.
And who gives people that to put sugar in their fucking brew?
Well, a third of a
Have you ever heard of a teaspoon?
A third of a tablespoon is a teaspoon, so just put a third in. Jesus Christ.
Jim White don't have to deal with idiots like this.
He's a
knobhead.
Mr. Tremaine Wright says,
I'm not a knobhead, am I?
On the fan chat you did with Keane and Nev, when the Villa fan even spoke about racism,
I didn't clap.
You're the only one who didn't clap. Curious. Not a moan, by the way. So this kid's not having a dig.
I knew what he was going to say because I didn't clap, and I knew I didn't clap, and I didn't clap because I didn't want to clap.
Right.
Because
obviously you've been, very vocal on anti-racism. Why
it's not because I am.
So to fill anyone in, what did he say?
So he basically went, and you know what? He's a good lad. I like him. He's from a group of fans that do a lot of work in their community, and they get all different communities from different backgrounds involved in football. So what they do as a community and what they do as a group isn't actually bad. Yeah.
Okay.
What he said though, I agreed with it, but it's like saying the sky is blue. Like he basically just said, I love football. I'm an Asian guy. Football should do more against racism. And everyone clapped. And I'm just like, I'm not going to clap that. Why am I going to clap that?
To offer a bit of balance.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why should I clap that? Because
you shouldn't be obligated to clap something that is pretty obvious. I'm not going to dig at the kid for saying it, but racism is bad and people need to do more.
And so, that's why I then furthered the debate I know it wasn't my time to speak, but it wasn't my time to speak when we were discussing Kane either, but, that's still the show. So I just thought, let's push this a bit further, didn't it? That's why I asked the question about.
I thought your question was very good because you didn't make it tribal.
Yeah.
You said United have an issue with Ron Atkinson, Scousers with Suarez, Chelsea with Terry, backing your own. When we're going to stop that?
Because that's where we need to look at. We need to start focusing on when real instances happen. Because let's be real here, if a Manchester United fan And they are fans that do these things. I hate when people go, oh, they're not a fan.
They're not real fans.
They are real fans. They walk amongst us,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, if a fan does something stupid, like if a fan calls me the P word at a game and I report it, he's not coming to the game ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah? We can safely say that's going to happen. And that's probably the right thing to do. Yeah? But if one, I'm not going to say a player, if one of our players does it to another opposition player, the club will back him.
Yeah. And even if they don't back them, they're not going to ban them from the stadium for life.
Yeah, so like it's one thing for fans, one thing for another, and it's just, I just find all the cliches and all the, let's walk out and let's do this, or let's wear armbands, or let's, like, just when something actually happens, deal with it. How about that? I just feel happy about that.
I think, definitely.
Stop with the empty platitudes, is it?
Yeah.
Stick them up your ass.
Ross Murphy in the super chat says, remember when Sky Sports deadline day used to be entertaining? You see a reporter have a dildo in their ear and a naked mannequin thrown at them.
Should have brought yours with you.
Do you know what?
It is in my ear. It's fully lodged.
I used to hate that.
Did you?
Because I used to have to do live stuff, and when you're doing radio reports outside a crime scene or something, and some idiot from Weast is going
flashbacks.
Yeah,
You're having flashbacks, yeah.
And it's like, and also it's funny the first time when it's like a thing, like everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
it just gets a bit.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you said,
the first time you ever see it, that's pretty funny. That, and then like
when
the
it's like, right,
87th time,
lovehoney.com. We've got 3 days till the end of the transfer window. Let's get them on next day delivery. Everyone turns up with a.
Love Honey would sponsor us.
I'd like them to.
You a fan?
Sure.
He was gonna say I bought XYZ.
Yeah.
And it was mint, but he didn't want to expose himself.
do you know one of the worst windows for me? Remember when Danny Welbeck went?
Yeah.
And I remember convinced himself it wasn't going to happen because Wenger was on holiday, wasn't he? Do you remember? And it was like, it can't happen because Wenger's on holiday. He's not going to be able to do this deal. And what had happened is, because of all, it's just reminding me that, because of all the kicking off outside the stadium with fans being idiots, they'd done the report inside the Emirates. So he was on like the empty pitch. And he went, I've got some great news here for Arsenal fans. Danny Welbeck, I was like, I was gutted.
I was gutted.
Honestly, mate.
United tweeted.
Yeah.
Danny Welbeck, and I replied to him, I hate you. Like, as a joke.
Yeah.
But people have, like, since then, occasionally once a month, I'll get someone reply to that. Like, you dickhead. I'm like,
Is it me?
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. But I did hate him for that.
I was gutted, mate, honestly. But, we move on. One day he'll return like Ronaldo.
Can we talk about Jesse Lingard for a little bit?
Wow back.
Well back. Yes.
Yes.
That'll be the one. And we'll be outside Old Trafford for that one.
We'll
talk about Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
If you sort of said to me 2 months ago, who's the player that's destined to leave Old Trafford this summer, Jesse Lingard would have been the one. He's not done. Apparently because he wants to stay and fight for his place rather than no one's come in for him.
Sorry, why is he on the edge of a speedboat?
Let me ask you something. What if Jesse was about to go and Ronnie came and he thought?
I don't blame him.
Because I would have thought that.
Wouldn't you?
I would have thought, I can be part of a Ronaldo team and potentially win a trophy. And at the end of the season, if United don't want to keep me, guess what? I'll go on a free and I pocket a nice signing on fee. I think players are starting to think that way.
Listen, no, come on. Well, you know better than I do. You know Jesse.
And Jesse would be happy to have a year where he can fight for his spot at United.
Exactly. He's a United fan through and through as well.
I'm ahead of Donny in the pecking order.
Let's not forget this. Like, it's different when Jesse went on loan to West Ham. Now, this is his last chance to make anything of it at United or anything lasting. Anything else at United. I know he's already done stuff at United. I'm not saying he's been a failure. He hasn't. But if he has
I think the bar for an academy product being a failure is slightly lower than.
He's already. If he left tomorrow, he's already won, or tonight, won an FA Cup, a Europa League, and a League Cup, and scored in finals, and would be quite well respected and liked by the fans.
Was he not at the club? Was he not a first team player when he won the league?
No, his debut was under Van Gaal.
Okay.
So he was one of those, though. I always liked the way Jesse went about it because he went on loan, I think 4 times, is it, Macca? Before he got a chance in the first team. Got a chance in the first team, made his debut against Swansea in the Premier League. I think was it his Achilles or something? Or I can't remember what his injury was. It his Achilles? But got injured in that game and was out for months. Yeah. Just didn't have it easy. Do you know what I mean? Had to fight and battle to sort of get himself into the team. Had that purple patch, didn't he, for about 2 years when he was like, scoring loads of goals, getting loads of assists, getting in the England team, going to the World Cup semi-finals, scoring in finals. And then it went wrong very quickly, didn't it? Like, he fell off a cliff.
I can't believe he stayed, to be honest. like you said, it just seems so certain he'd leave. Not just because he basically didn't play for United for a year. I know there were things, many things that went into that, but the facts are he didn't play for Manchester United for basically a year. But not only that, he then went away and was arguably the best player in the Premier League whilst on loan for 3 months or 5 months. He's got value. He's got a place at a good team in the Premier League. He can bring value to a top team or a top 6, top 8 team, and yet he stayed to what is most probably going to be sit on the bench for another 12 months. It is a bit of a weird one for me. I think the best thing for his career, and he should have a good career because he's a good player. The best thing for his career seemed to be for him to leave. Do you not think, Adam? I know you're a big fan of Jesse, and I am as well. But you don't think he's probably just going to sit on the bench for 12 months now? Who's that help? Who does that help?
I've often said, I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but I used to say this thing a lot. Like if I played for Man United, even if they put me in the reserves, I wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think Jesse Lingard thinks that way because he just loves being at Man United. And if you look at that Southampton game, who come off the bench?
Jesse.
Not Donny. I genuinely think Jesse's ahead of Donny in the pecking order. Jesse's a better player than Daniel James, who's now left. And with Amad Diallo, who knows, he might get fit, go out on loan again in January.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout.
Tahith Chong's out on loan. XYZ could leave. Like, Jesse Lingard could become a valuable squad player. 1 or 2 injuries. A big injury to Bruno or Pogba and Jesse's playing every week. So I think he's backed himself. And I also think either United will extend his contract and then he'll leave for a fee next summer when everything's kind of evened itself out pandemic-wise. And I think part of him might just be like, well, I get to stay at the club that I love. They've built a team here that could potentially win things. I think just being part of a squad and I think Jesse's aware enough to understand that I can be a valuable member of this squad. And I think he wants to be that. But I do think if some other moves came for him, and there was talk about potentially AC Milan at one point, Atletico Madrid at one point, I think if one of them teams coming for him, he goes.
Do you think as well, Mac?
Europa League, West Ham, I don't think that's enough temptation to make him go. And plus, he might know Declan Rice. Declan Rice might be saying to him, bro, I'm looking to move,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you... Like, everyone talks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's probably saying, I'm going to leave soon.
There's also that thing, like you said there, about January. If in January he's not played, by January he's not played at all.
There's talk we're going to extend his contract.
Yeah, he might end up going on, not going on loan, but doing a deal then. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. Giving himself half a chance to get into the England squad for the World Cup. You don't know. But I've not got a problem with someone like Jesse Lingard who's been in the club since he was 8 years old, fighting for his place at Manchester United.
No, not at all. I mean, neither. I'm not
saying... Is there a certain bit of respect that you get from him? In that, if he is staying to fight for his spot, hold on, I kind of... Like, me personally, I can't see it. Do you respect it?
I do respect it. But I do
just not rate it. Do you think it's a bad move from him?
I don't think it's a bad move for him, as in what are you doing, mate? But from a sort of his career perspective, what is he, 28 now?
Yeah.
He's got maybe, I suppose a 29-year-old Jesse Lingard isn't too different to a 28-year-old Jesse Lingard, but he's in his prime years now. We saw how good he was for West Ham. It must be hard to go back to being... I mean, bit part player was pretty much overstating what he was before he went to West Ham. Yeah. He was a no-part player. He barely played at all.
But that was a Jesse that was lacking confidence, lacking form.
I know.
And this is a different Jesse now.
It is, but at the same time, it's still the same person. And I just think it just surprises me a little bit. But I do respect that. I do respect that. I'm going to stay and fight. I like that. But then there have been other players in the past that have said, "I'm going to stay and fight," and people go, "What are you on about? You're not good enough." The likes of Dallo, the likes of even someone like Phil Jones, who has won a Premier League for Manchester United, has been a viable member of the team in the past of Manchester United, has won trophies with Manchester United. You can argue there are some similarities between him and Jesse Lingard, but people say you're a freeloader, you're taking money, you're basically stealing a wage. But there is a certain comparison in that Phil Jones wants to play for Manchester United, but he probably won't. And yet the way the players are treated, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we should have a go at Jesse. I'm saying
he's a red. He's someone who was a kid.
There's a difference.
He came through the academy. He battled.
Yeah.
low move,
and there's
low
something
move,
that
low
will
move.
hold you
Yeah,
in longer.
like Phil Jones, and I've always stuck up for Phil Jones.
Yeah.
And everyone's ridiculed the guy. I think it's a bit sad what's gone on, but he was a big signing from Blackburn. He wasn't a United fan who came here. You know what I mean? Like, not that you have to be, but it wasn't. And he's, you know, for 3 years he's barely kicked the ball for us. So people think, well, you know, people look at it differently.
Yeah.
Where with Jesse, you feel like here's a United fan who was living his dream of playing for Manchester United. And we spoke to him. We had him on the channel, very honest. Spoke about, you know, seeing a psychologist, things like that. Do you know what I mean? How it was difficult for him. And always seems to want a battle for his place. Goes again. Who goes at 27 when you're a full England international on loan?
No.
And he did that. Who does that? Scores 9 goals and six assists, in 15 games, whatever it was. And then goes back to try and keep the place again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think I'm not going to hate on Jesse Lingard. I'm not.
And also, how
I'm
much
not
has he
hating
got
on him
to
at all,
gain?
but
No, I know
either.
you're not. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make that out. I know
You
you're not.
see, if when Atletico were interested in him, and you
Yeah.
hear actually Jesse might leave, or ACA interested in him and Jesse might leave. If you go to West Ham, what you're going to achieve there? That's any. Like, I'd rather sit on the bench at United, to be totally honest with you. What do you want me to be? A main player in finishing 10th, or a squad player in possibly winning something?
People got a bit excited, didn't they, with West Ham last season, and forget that West Ham are not a Champions League team ever.
Have they ever been in the Champions
I don't
League?
even think they have.
Moise.
Like, he's not going to go there and play Champions League football. He's just not. And he might, if he's lucky, play in Europa, which, you know, isn't
Well, they're in the Europa, aren't they?
Are they? Right, sorry. Well, he'd play in the Europa then.
Yeah.
Is that really what he wants to do at 28? Do you know what I mean? He may as well stay at United.
Fast forward a few months and
I mean,
United
if he's-
finished third in their group.
Yeah, either in Europa. No, but at least you've got a fighting chance of playing Champions League football, United. You haven't at West Ham, have you?
Yeah.
And I don't think West Ham will get into the Champions League next season. I mean, they might do, but it's unlikely. Whereas you think that if he can make it into the United team, he's got a very good chance. Of
That's
playing
incredible,
Champions
that, by the way. There's breaking news. And we saw a similar deal yesterday with Arsenal and Willian, where Willian kind of just ended his deal.
League. Wouldn't you if you were him?
And we're seeing Tottenham are in discussions with Serge Aurier to just terminate his contract. And I think it's incredible that in an era where clubs need the money, that we're seeing valuable assets just made available for free.
I think it's more remarkable that the players agree to it.
I
I
don't
think it's
have- I-
incredible.
you know
Players
what,
get
people-
signing on fees that are
People-
bigger than they instead
Not
of a
Willian
club.
won't.
No, but yes, he will.
The deal Willian
He's
is
gone
on.
to like where's he gone?
Corinthians.
Sorry, I
the
thought he was going
the
to
deal
Al
Willian
Ain
was.
for-
Wasn't he on like 300
No,
grand a
his
week?
dropped wage. Yeah, sorry, his dropped wage.
Maybe
But what I'm
Ariak, maybe.
saying is that if Aurier gets, let's say a team wants to pay 10 million for Aurier,
I will
but
get to
Spurs
super
wouldn't
chats.
accept
People are
it.
asking about super chats. I'll get to them in a minute.
But Spurs wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
But then Spurs let you go for free, and now they'll give you they'll give Serge Aurier 5 million of that.
But why
instead
would
as
Spurs
a
not
signing
accept
on
a
fee.
£10 million offer but let him go for free?
I'm just making just
Right.
assuming making a little.
I just think it's mad. I think it's mad for the players to do that.
Because if he's on 100 grand a week
But Sergio is
on a
going
3-year
down.
deal, that's 15 million pound they're thinking of giving.
Yeah. But Sergio is going to be going to a worse club than Tottenham most likely because he's not particularly good. If you were on as a guest 100 grand a week, you know, Sergio, he's probably not getting that next time.
Danny
think it's
Shields
surprising.
says Adam nails
Yeah,
it.
mad.
If it's a player, then they'll get sent for anti-racism classes in education with the club support.
Yeah,
but a fan will
exactly.
get booted and learn nothing. Juan Menard says West Ham signed CDM Alex Rice to United. I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that'd be a bad idea, by the way.
35 minutes to go.
If you were given or offered the chance of some sort of classes, some sort of rehabilitation for a first-time offence, maybe.
Depends what the offence is.
Of course, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like
If you've accidentally said a word that is a little bit,
yeah,
you don't say that anymore.
yeah,
Like, people use the word coloured sometimes. And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
But-
not quite.
Yeah, of course. But in the
is
same
that?
way that
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you do 200 miles an hour on the motorway, you don't get a speed awareness course.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying if there is something to be learned, if it's a person that seems to maybe not
What
understand
is
what they're
200
saying,
miles per hour of racism?
It's like
Say it, Joe.
petrol bombing someone's house. That
I've prepared a statement. No, what I'm saying is, if
say it.
a person and if the club would say, right, we're going to offer you because of we deem your offence to be somewhat minor or more minor,
Yeah.
a chance for actually you might fucking learn something here rather than just get booted out like you said. I think that might not be the worst idea in the world.
I agree. I was just taking,
because I think that the idea is we have less racists in the world rather than racist people who just aren't in the stadium.
Angry racists that have been pushed aside.
Yeah, exactly. Marginalised racist or less racists. Do you know what I mean?
Or educated racists.
Yes.
How do you like your racism?
Says United going to sign Witsel last minute of deadline. Dylan Davis Tirado says, any word on a CDM? I know our lineup is fantastic. The front three of Rashford, Ronaldo and Sancho is just the stuff of dreams, but CDM we're set.
So cheesy, man.
Oh yeah, I've read that out.
Oh, positive energy, it says on Dunkin' Donuts. There's a little tick on it. Like,
Matthew Sargent says, bit of a lacklustre deadline day for us this year. In terms of deadline day, yep. I know Ronnie was confirmed, but we haven't had any sort of last minute things. I'm glad
we're not doing madness. Kind of feels... I don't like when it's
controlled.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Depends what the madness is, though, doesn't it?
Carnage, doesn't it?
Donny's agent spoke about his player not being allowed to leave. Last thing we expected. Ollie must sort this out, else we'll lose the momentum.
Laurie Whitwell's just posted, or he posted an hour ago, breaking news is ever here on Stretford Paddock. No formal offers came in to take Donny van der Beek on loan from Everton or elsewhere, nor was he made available. So could the agent of Donny be talking shit?
He does seem like he likes to chat a bit, doesn't he? The agent.
Yeah, he's not been like...
He did like the 4 games, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like he was moaning. And I get it, because agents like to keep themselves in great shape with the clients and sort of, you know, show them that I've got your back and I'm looking out for you. But it does seem a little bit like he's OTT at times. And if he's just making things up, then that's not okay.
Yeah, so, I'm going to punch you up, bruv. See you at Old Trafford.
It's another one on the list. I
mean, there's a possibility that there was never an official bid made because United went, he's not available. He's not available. He's not available before any bid could have been made.
I guarantee people have been inquiring.
Yeah.
Saji Mayday says, why has no one talked about Yao Paulina?
Yao
Paulina. All summer as a CDM option. Not even Steve's talked about him. Do you guys know anything about that kid?
I mean, Steve hasn't been on here for a while.
Yeah, I presume, yeah.
We might have spoken about him, we just haven't seen it.
Joe Law says, Galbraith, Rashawn, Barlow, time for Donny shirts. I think that's...
what have you done there?
I've gone off it. Sorry, that's disaster.
Check out paddockmerch.com. We've got some new Ronaldo pieces on there. We've got a couple.
We've got Ronaldo's piece on there.
We've got Ronaldo's piece on there. We've got Mason Greenwood one. We've got the Fernandes one, my current favourite. I like the long sleeve. Yeah, we've got the one Jay's got on as well.
Yes.
Paddockmerch.com. Easy to remember. Sensational. Paddock Merch.
Nice
stuff.
URL, that, isn't it?
Great URL. Paddockmerch.com.
Well done, mate. Paddockmerch.
All the stuff. Links in the description as well. If you can't be asked to remember, just scroll and click. Simple as that.
What's your favourite new t-shirt out of the new ones?
I really like the Fernandes one.
The inspired one. Oh, the Thrasher one that you've got on.
I really like, if you go down as well, the other new one. The
Fans Nistelrooy?
No, where's the thingy one? The Ronaldo one.
Oh, the Viva one.
Yeah.
The Hear United Sing.
Hear United Sing. I really like that one.
That was my idea.
Yeah, Hear United Sing. That's really good.
Check them out. I'll just let you know who's.
If you want to know what we're talking about, click the link.
The Dunner was good. You've done really well there.
It's almost like I'm a creative genius. Kanye West ain't got shit on me.
What do you think to his new
Check out the Mace ones. That's my favourite. What's your favourite?
The Mace one too.
Better be.
It is.
30 minutes to go, guys.
30 minutes to go. We're not expecting any twists in the tail, but it's been a solid window, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's been a fantastic
Do you remember the deadline day when we got Berbatov?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Remember we got that picture of him
walking through the front. Yeah. Why was he there, by the way? That is not a place I have seen any other significant figure at Manchester United ever.
No.
And all of a sudden we've got Dimitar Berbatov at 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
he's like at the front of looking through the front window of your house.
That was the day.
He was on the front of the. No one's ever been there.
That was the day that City got the money, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember, they tried to sign everyone and they managed to get Robinho at like the last 11th hour. Everyone was like, how has this happened? Manchester City signing Robinho, that's a joke. And he didn't even know where he was going.
And he said Man United.
He said Man United. He said, as soon as Man United, Chelsea, City came in for me. It's like, this guy doesn't even know. He just wanted to get out of Real Madrid, basically. As soon as Manchester City. Settle a bet. So he ended up in the Etihad, and the rest is history. But that didn't happen this time round with Ronaldo.
Did he ever win a league? Robinho, didn't he?
Use that. Me and Steve were working on Devils at the time when Pogba signed. and Steve was at the Lowry.
Steve was giving me a minute by minute update.
Yeah, so Steve
about it. When
Steve was in the Lowry with Jaden.
Yeah.
Basically just having a coffee while Raiola and all that were having a meeting like across the room.
It's clever now.
And he was just sending us messages constantly, and then we were reporting it at the same time.
That's good.
It's quite good. It was a bit like, so we can talk about this now, can't we? I mean, Rio's done loads of videos about it, hasn't he? Like on Thursday?
Friday morning.
Thursday night, Friday morning. So Thursday night, Rio was obviously involved in brokering. Brokering sounds official. It feels like it was more of an informal chat with Ronaldo, which led to a formal chat with United, which led to a bid, which led to Ronaldo coming home. And we obviously got, not told this in the morning, but we got cryptic messages which alluded to the fact that it was happening. Like the eyes emojis which kept popping up, but also little things just like stuff about Jolie Lescott being told to shut up about what he was on about, and just hints. Now, I'm one of these people that even when I get told stuff from reliable sources, I wait until it's out there to talk about it, because I don't want to.
You don't have to defend
I don't want to
yourself.
look like a
You don't have to
dick.
Look like a twat. Yeah.
No,
but it was difficult to contain it, wasn't it?
Yeah, not
because
to
I
be
literally.
ITK. I've always said that. I'm not, even when I've known things.
At 10:30, I saw all that after I finished the news. I phoned my dad. Like, Dad, it's happening. Like, I told my dad it's happening.
I did.
Did
I rang your dad.
No,
you rang my dad.
No, I
rang
rang
my
my
dad. He was engaged
no.
at the start.
Yeah, it was. He was engaged to me because I proposed to him. No, I rang my dad as well. Same thing.
I was like, Dad!
Yeah, Dad, just so you know, it might not happen, but it's looking like, don't shit yourself, we're going to sign Ronaldo.
I was like still waiting, because there was a gap between that and then the next update. And I was waiting for the update, because it was still a little bit cryptic.
Because none of the journalists.
Do you know what I mean?
I didn't know whether it meant he's just not going City.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
He's
coming to
actually
United.
coming to, so I was still a bit, and then there was a bit where there was like a 2 hour whatever, which seemed
And
like
then after we got that
days.
info from Rio and all those Vibe lads, we then had an hour where the English was still reporting on the City news.
Yeah.
Like it was still.
There was a
happening to
moment
City.
where
It was like there was a lag, wasn't there?
Even Fabrizio didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
There was-
Fabrizio was tweeting about Man City. The English press, Simon Stone, and we literally could have broke the internet.
because when we got told it's 100% happening, he's got United, I was on my way here, and I remember pulled over the car and went and looked at the odds, because the odds had been going up and down, and the odds were still, I think they were 8 to 11, so it wasn't like it had broke.
He's
once
not
it broke-
addicted, I promise.
No, it's not like, because I was checking.
There was a point in the morning where United was still.
Pulled over
Put
the
the kids' savings on there.
Where we heard
You know what I
basically
mean?
it was
Don't worry
happening.
about going to college.
There was a point where we basically heard it was happening, and I looked and it was 8-2 United still.
Yeah,
basically,
that's what I mean.
Well, no, 4-1.
Yeah.
Started that day
8-3 maybe it was then.
And usually when there's a, like, I remember Michael Owen, we signed Michael Owen, went from 20 to 1 to not taking bets in the space of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because someone had seen him at Carrington or tweeted probably not tweeted back in the day, or said something.
Yeah.
It's because bookies get on it straight away, because they know people can know the facts. It's not like a race where you don't know what's going to happen. People can literally know and pile on a load of money. So it's like it hadn't broke, and then it did. Like, obviously, City announced they were pulling out, or it broke. The City
And that was when
out.
I knew he was signing for United.
Because once they pulled out, Juventus had already said he wasn't going back there. Allegri himself had said he's gone. So you knew that was it then. He was coming. But what amazed me was the swiftness of it going from he's got a City, he's odds on to going to City, to United tweeting we've got him.
Yeah.
In about 4 hours.
I've never
We
seen
got
anything
the
that
Here
quick.
We go, and then we got the United.
We were live here, me, Abdullah, and Ronnie, and it was like, I think producer Cam was like, Romano's done a here we go. We're literally going, Romano's done a here we go, and I just got a notice come up, and it was like, check Twitter, United have announced it.
Because the way we do our news here is, obviously, we have rumours or reports or gossip. We'll report them in the news and on transfer shows as we usually do. But if we get a serious rumour or report, like a here we go from Fabrizio, that means we're going live. But then what we usually do is, here we go, and then in 2 days' time, there'll be an official.
Yeah.
This happened in the space of an
And we
hour.
were already live
No,
anyway.
it's 5 minutes.
We were already live anyway, doing the brew. And like just chatting about how crazy it was, and it looked like Ronnie was going to come and all this. And then within those 5 minutes, you get Romano saying it's happening, which is like confirmation basically. And then the club. And then I was like, I can't believe how quickly it's gone from that to this.
Yeah.
And that feeling as well, trying to sort of sum it up, because you're so emotional. Do you know what I mean? You've gone from Thursday night. I didn't sleep Thursday night. I went to bed at like 5:30.
I was, you know what? This sounds weird.
I could not get. I was that angry.
Yeah.
I couldn't get sleep, and that's not like me. Usually,
I was in a mood with people and didn't realize why.
You know,
but it was because of running.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize, like, because I kept saying it's not happening. Even though I kind of said, because R9's one of my favorite ever players, and he played for AC and Inter and Real and Barca, so I get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, these like I get it. It's just business to use guys, isn't it? So I kind of felt that way about Ronaldo, but there was a little bit of me that's like, surely that can't happen. I don't know if it's just because I'm.
But you know what though? For once, that's like, not for once, but that's still that thing that United have that sometimes other clubs don't have. You hear about like Rio messaging him, Fergie getting involved, that sort of thing.
We've got proper like alumni.
Yeah,
at United,
do you know what I mean? Like
Bayern Munich style.
Yeah, like you know, City have only been in the conversation for like 9 years or whatever. Or
you're going to get Summerby
10 years. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got that whole thing. And also, it felt like, you know what was a bit of a kick in the teeth? It was almost embarrassing for me when he was it looked like he's got to City is, we did give him respect when he came back. He did get cheered when he turned up for Real Madrid. Mate, I seen people clapping him when he scored against us for Real Madrid.
Ronaldo,
do you know what I mean? Mate, what? And then when he came back with Juve, the same again. There was none of that, like having a dig at him or criticise. His name gets a special announcement before the game. Coming back to Old Trafford, and everyone gives it him. And I remember like lads chatting to me, why the fuck do we do this with Ronaldo, man? We're just making ourselves like dickheads. But you do have that love for him. And, you know, you wonder, well, he said it in his statement, that doesn't mean everything. But there's that element of he knows the fans love him. Fergie's having a word, Rio's having a word, others are having a word.
You see, he would go to City. But if it becomes a choice, I have no doubt he'd pick United.
Yeah.
But I also have no doubt that if no one else is in for him and City are there, I'm just a footballer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, what?
And this is maybe the best team in Europe.
We would have got on him.
Yeah.
And he would have got at us.
Yeah.
Because he's a winner.
Yeah.
So he would have went, all right, fuck you, like, you're booing me.
And
he would have scored and went,
it's like, I think you were saying
and we would have been hurt.
Like, you can look at, like,
and we're sad.
You know when you watch like the 2008 games, like the 2008 season, or whatever, and Tevez is involved, it doesn't taint it for me. I don't look at the 2008 final when Tevez is arguing with Drogba and whatever, and he kicks off and
Terry spat at him.
Yeah, Terry did spit at him 100%, and like it spoils it.
As well.
But when you look back at Ronaldo, it would have spoiled it. Yeah. And when you know you're like on talking on Twitter or whatever, and it's like, oh, Ronaldo's great, you wouldn't be getting involved in that. None of that. Done with him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and what's incredible is, like a week before, we did a video about that on kickoff, and I was like, no, about wingers, and I was like, Ronaldo. Oh wait, Ronaldo. He's just a man. Yeah. Like, oh my God, I love him. And then, like in the space of a week, it would have been like, oh my God.
The fact that he's the best player I've ever seen play for United, and probably the best player any of us here have ever seen.
Yeah, he's not my my favourite player, but he's probably the most talented.
That 2008 year is the peak of maybe any United player ever, potentially. Maybe not. There's an argument there, but certainly in our lifetime, single season, single player. And the fact that he could have been going to, you know, United's City rival is just fucking mental, isn't it? I'm glad. And you know what? Generally speaking, it's what a terrible way to conduct transfer business. We don't want you to have him, so we're going to get him. That is childish and pure island shit. But in this specific instance, I'm glad we did that.
Carl Anker the first time we had him on the channel, and we was discussing about that, and I was like, United shouldn't do the business like this. Like a Gallo knocking on someone's door saying, please let me go to United at 11:30 at night or whatever it was. You know, like this last minute.
Yeah, awful.
Oh, quick, let's do this. And it's like sometimes it pays off, like, you know, Fergie and Howard Wilkins just having a chat. Can I have Dennis Irwin? No. Can I have Cantona? Yeah. Sometimes when crazy little things work out, I just don't think you should base your strategy around it. But in this instance, it seems like we're reacting to something in the right way.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the first time round we got him, Arsenal were having him. Deal was done. Fergie seen him. And they signed him that night, I think. Got on the phone with David Gill.
I think, again, Rio was involved.
Yeah, get him. The guy's just tearing John O'Shea a new one. We need to get him now.
Apparently, John O'Shea was in the dressing room just like...
Yeah. Like, crying.
Like a kid when he's come back in from playing out.
Yeah. Sit down, look at you.
Big clips.
Yeah. Johnny, you all right? I'm going to be sick. But he's fucking dizzy.
Like. And he went and like made the deal happen there and then. Because he was all set to go to Arsenal.
They're just sick all the time, aren't they? The little weirdos. Game of cold
Dad
compress.
And DS says AC Milan's CDM Kessie was amazing against us. He's not signing a new deal for them. Any thoughts about him? Any thoughts on Kessie, either of you two?
Yeah, he's decent. I don't think, again, he's not a number 6.
Proper Boateng, Lee.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
I call my budgie Kez after that.
But you what?
My budgie.
My budgie.
Budgie.
I called it weird then, didn't I? Because I was talking.
Danny
I called my
Shields
budgie that.
Says maybe Donny will be first
Said it
name on the
again.
team sheet without a... Oh, no, we've had that.
It was a
yeah.
parakeet.
Pound
It wasn't
sheet.
even a budgie.
Poundland, Raiola for an agent. Lad looks like young Steve Bannon.
That's not a good thing, is it?
Jacob Weinstein
Steve Bannon's
says...
like KKK.
Cheers to not having to experience CR7 banging us for City. Thanks for all your work, lads.
Oh, and you know he would have scored against us every time he
LFG.
played
21
us.
is coming. Oh, mate, love from Baltimore. I love Baltimore. Not that I've ever been, but I love the Wire.
Imagine.
Yeah.
City would have had my dream window.
I've been to Baltimore.
Have you?
Yeah. Is it in Maryland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
That's where the Wire's.
My auntie and uncle live in Baltimore. Well, live right near Baltimore and went there once.
He's American, if you didn't know.
I'm not.
Responsible for
Did
ruining
you go
the
and get
world.
any when the testers were
Yeah.
out? Did you go and get any?
Got
Got them
some
WMDs for you. Derek Best has been an Academy member for 10 months. Thanks for your support.
Yes,
says,
mate, thank
Adam,
you.
please tell me you're bringing the Borussia cutout to the kickoff for the United versus Newcastle game.
It's ours. It's not good anyway.
No,
Not allowed.
they can get their own.
So PR piss take.
Yeah.
That is PR piss take. Property of PR piss take.
Yeah.
He is property of me.
Excuse me.
I got a gift box coming as well. I can't wait.
It's not property
Thank
of
you,
it's property
Twitter.
of us.
Nah.
Yeah.
Who got the DM?
16 minutes to go.
Who got the?
Hang on a sec. What time is it? Your phone died.
You're doing the wrong bit. That's why.
Oh, sorry. Android's is
No,
still
it's literally you were switching. He was pressing the volume button.
right. We've got about 15 minutes to go. Can we have a chat of
15 minutes.
Are we gonna win the league?
Yes.
Well, we're going to win the league.
Yeah. Because the
No,
deals are
I've
done.
told you, Champions League.
Why do you think we're going to win the league?
I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but I'll tell you why I think we could win the league. I think Chelsea are the favourites for winning the league, but I do think 21 is coming.
Such a quick
Well,
thing.
it is, yeah, just seeing this. Please, Cam just sent me something here. It's
Go on.
about what is that? Calvin Phillips has been the England player. He's been voted the England Player of the Year. Is that
Yeah.
of this year?
2021.
Oh yeah, 2021. So England Player of the Year goes to Calvin Phillips.
Why?
Like Cam on the panel. Who would you give it to?
Luke
Not
Shaw.
Calvin Phillips.
Who?
Luke Shaw.
Yeah, but he didn't play the first game of the tournament.
Scored in
did
the final, you twat.
he? I'm not saying that. It's not just the tournament either, is it?
It is you lot though.
You lot. Honestly, of all the right, you love a used lot. You love a used lot. But of all the used lots you've ever given me, suggesting that I'm on the panel for voting for England's Player of the Year, it might be one of the most ridiculous.
Well, it should have been Marcus Rashford.
Should have been Paul Pogba.
No, it should have been Marcus Rashford though.
Why wasn't it
Should have been
Paul
Andy
Pogba?
Martial, Tony M. No, it should have been Marcus Rashford.
It should have been fucking Luke Shaw.
Lukewarm.
Literally, should have been Luke Shaw.
Interesting.
Why did Calvin Phillips get it?
Because he did assist in the first
Because
game.
everyone loves Bielsa.
No, I thought Calvin Phillips was very good, but why did Calvin Phillips get
He
it?
wasn't
It's
England's
of the
best player in
year.
the tournament. I agree, it should be Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I think
Anyway,
Luke
let's
Shaw.
not go into
yeah,
that.
it doesn't
It's
really
shit.
matter too much, does it?
Why can't United win the league then, Jay?
I just feel that there comes a time in like towards the business end or squeaky bum times, Fergus call it, where you almost have to make a decision which way you're going to go if you haven't got the squad. Like sometimes, in a way, 99 we had a squad where we can go both for the league and the Champions League. Sometimes you might have to rest players for one or the other. I don't think we've got the squad for it, and I think other teams in the league
I disagree.
will kick on with it.
Go on then.
I disagree massively. We've got Cavani and Ronaldo for the 9 position.
Yeah,
Mason
Potentially
as
bring
well.
Greenwood or Marshall in if either of those got injured or
Yeah.
both of them gets injured. On the left, you got Rashford, Marshall, Sancho. On the right, you got Sancho, Greenwood. I think our front 3 positions are filled by 6, 7 players that will get into any team in the league. Obviously, there's that weakness behind Bruno and Pogba, but I think Bruno and Pogba drag that midfield up beyond. Like I think Bruno and Pogba start for any team, about really most of them, and then yes, Fred and McTominay and Matic, like the combination of them isn't great, but it's not the worst in the world. We've finished second with them, and we've just improved what's going on behind them with Varane. David De Gea looks like a different keeper so far. Dean Henderson will be a year older. Tom Heatwan's our third goalkeeper. So
Lee Grant's a decent
no,
fourth
but
choice.
you're looking around like he's a better third choice than Lee Grant. Like we've improved our team in so many places. Yes, we want to get that DM, and we, you know, when Cavani goes, we'll need to get a DM and a striker. But we are a lot closer to being a full squad, and really and truly, have we ever had a perfect squad? Like, I don't really think we have. Under the Glazers, we've always been missing something. So I think it's as close to perfect that we're going to get. And I think there's little to no excuses for not challenging for the league.
I think we can challenge. I'm not saying we won't challenge.
But I think everyone, like, if Chelsea don't win the league, they'll be disappointed. Yeah. If City don't win the league, they'll be disappointed. If Liverpool... So there's 4 teams that can say they should win the league. Like, so it's different. Do
you know what we need, though? We needed this last season. We need certain players to stay fit. There's certain players I feel like we can't replace.
I was just
like Bruno, for me, Pogba. We lost Pogba last season at the wrong
Bruno
time.
Gets injured now, though. I am asked, so I'm not criticising Bruno, but you got Pogba and Cavani, Ronaldo. It's not as big a deal.
It's not as big a deal, but it's still a big deal losing Bruno Fernandes.
It is, but it's not as...
And also, we've lost Pogba for the last 3 seasons at crucial times for a chunk of the season. We've missed him.
He's nearly 3 months out.
I know. If you're right, if he stays fit all season, but we've lost him for at least 2 months every season for the last 3 seasons. So if that happens again, and if there's another injury, I think that's when you're going to struggle. Now, I've said I think we can win the Champions League because I think we've got an 11 that can beat anyone. And I think because those games are sporadic, you might have a better chance in a tournament situation than you have in the league. Now, obviously, I'm going into the league still expecting us to challenge. I'm not going into the league going, we've got no chance here.
I get what you're saying. You're just saying we're not going to win.
Yeah, I'm not going to be negative and think, well, no chance. 100%. And if we're, in a conversation in March, I'm not going to be going, we won't get
I just think Ronnie's the game changer.
I hope you're right, mate.
I honestly don't think enough is being made of the fact that Marcus Rashford's out for 3 months. I think he was United's second best player last season. In attacking sense, statistically.
He's back earlier than imagined, which is good.
Yeah, but the fact that he's not playing, he's not playing.
He might need as well.
Everyone's acting like, it's fine, we don't need him.
Because he might be like, Sancho's here. Yeah. Elanga might be getting chances. Martial's on the left now. I've got to get back as quick as possible. And he might be just take your time.
But I do think Rashford's one of those players who's in a fortunate position of knowing my position here is relatively secure.
He's one of Ollie's boys, isn't he? Like, Ollie always looks to Rashford.
Yeah.
Like, seldom subs him. Starts in pretty much every game. Seems to have a really good relationship. He's been very effective for him and scored some big goals for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at vital times when he's needed him. So I do think they've got a very good relationship there. And I think that he is one of the players that he will turn to. He's like one of his sort of men on the field sort of thing.
We have to challenge.
No, but I 100% agree with challenging. I just firstly think we can win the Champions League.
And if we don't win 1 league title with Ronaldo in his next 2 years, it's failure.
The Francie Brady says midfield won't be an excuse, but it might be a reason.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I like that.
Adam, sorry,
go on, finish points. Right.
What I know, obviously, it seems self-explanatory. What do you consider to be a title challenge? What is the sort of the definition of a title challenge?
Like, right up until end of April, May, I'm thinking
we can still win it.
Yeah.
So mathematically still in it going into the start of May.
And not, we're in it in Jan and then it's gone.
One of the things my big bugbears when you argue with people that back Jose, and I like Jose for a time at United, but they go, finish second, look at that second, and people go, we were challenged for the title of Jose. We didn't.
No.
We weren't ever in that title race.
No.
We got beat off City in November or whatever it was, or December. And that was it. That was the end of it. We went 14 points behind him that day or whatever. We never got closer. So let's not kid ourselves that as a title challenge. Last season, for around Christmas time, we were top and then we were in it a little bit. Then City had that 21 game winning. It just ended it, didn't it? But I think if you go into the last 3 games or whatever, or 4 games, and you still mathematically within touching distance, that's a challenge.
So then Tottenham have terminated Sergio Aurier's contract. Right. Arsenal midfielder Reece Nelson has joined Feyenoord. That was a replacement for Amad Diallo. And I saw another one there. It's just gone. But there's lots of late bits of business being done. Terminating the contract for me is that the club's basically chucking millions away, aren't they, at that point? Which is remarkable. Hector Bellerin's joined Real Betis as well.
A lot of London-based deals today, aren't there? Sal Niguez has joined Chelsea on loan as well.
Jocular Trot says, can we just say this transfer window has been a complete 180 from the stress fest last year? Was very it was weird last year when because so much attention was on Sancho. Yeah. Like, all we were talking about at one point was Sancho coming to United, and it just was up and down.
And you could argue now that Sancho, well, I don't think you can argue this, other than Tom Heaton, obviously, who... isn't a first team signing particularly. He's a squad signing. Yeah. Sancho is the lowest profile player of the 3 we've signed. Sancho has actually become the sort of the least talked about as time has gone on. The way Varane played the other day, of course, Ronaldo brings 330 million Instagram followers. He's bigger than every Premier League team put together. He's in his own stratosphere when it comes to eyes and attention. But if anything, Sancho, you could argue, is our least talked about signing over the last couple of weeks.
And it's our best.
You think Sancho is?
You could argue that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's mad that there was so much attention last summer, like Sancho, world class, get in, and now it's like, oh, we've got Varane and Ronaldo, and then we've got Sancho as well. He's almost.
I think that's because the expectation.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, the expectation is almost like, all right, it was supposed to happen last year, surely this year. So it just becomes expected. I want to read something. It's not about Manchester United here.
No.
But it is interesting, and it stinks to me, like money laundering allegedly. Barcelona selling Griezmann back to Atletico for 40 million euros 2 years after they paid 120 million to sign him. A transfer that was funded by taking out a short-term 35 million euro bank loan and mortgaging 85 million of future income. That is a shambolic transfer. And when you look at the way Spanish clubs and Italian clubs talk about the Premier League, but then you look at the biggest deals that have happened, they're all from idiots like Barcelona.
Disgraceful.
The Dembele deal.
Disgrace.
Coutinho deal. The Griezmann deal.
Disgrace.
They're all twats.
The Hazard deal. Disgrace.
Hazard deal with his fat bumper doing nothing.
Sorry to be
May as well have signed J-Lo.
such a sort
Fish
of,
can sing
such an idiot
or
there.
mime.
But what's happened there is they've took a loan to buy a player. And
I bought your car off you
Yep.
for 120 grand.
Yep.
And then you sold that back to me
Yeah.
for 40 grand.
Right.
No, you sold it
But
back
I'm
to
still
him.
paying off. Yeah, but I've sold it back to you for 40 grand.
Yeah.
And I'm still paying off
The
the
80
loans
grand.
that I took out to
To
fucking...
buy it in the first place.
And I haven't even got the car still.
Right. Yeah.
Barca also signed Emerson and then sold him to Spurs 2 months later.
Just producer Cam saying Barcelona also signed Emerson and sold him to Spurs 2 months later. There's a lot of odd things that
Barca
go on.
fucked.
Like I was saying to you about the other day about Coutinho playing
money
against
laundering.
them in the Champions League when
Is
he
it money
owned
laundering?
him.
Yeah, and again, allegedly, because that is actually
Allegedly.
something you need to say allegedly about. The Pjanic and was it not
Sounds
Rakitic?
backwards,
Who else was it? It was Pjanic.
Pjanic.
Who did this one? Artur,
Yeah.
the midfielders. They
Arthur.
Arthur or Artur.
That's how I say it.
Pjanic
Arthur.
went from Juventus to Barcelona. Artur went from Barcelona to Juventus, and it wasn't a swap deal. They both cost 60 million euros. So let's write that off against this year, and we'll pay the rest back off next year. Absolute disgrace. And to be honest, I think United did a similar thing with Mkhitaryan and Sanchez, because I saw reports that that was put down as a £30 million both ways signing. It's dodgy
like,
and it's fucked.
You know the moves when you go in, the geezer gives you £20 and he takes it back and
I
he
got
ends up with both of them.
I got scammed like that at
Yeah,
work.
one of the barmaids when I used to work got scammed with that.
Yeah.
He's like, hang on a minute, let me give you. Oh, hang on.
You've not given it. You still owe me 10. You not given it.
Atletico Madrid got scammed like that.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Barcelona got scammed like that.
So right. So what have I got? Wait, I haven't got the player, and I've still got 85 million there.
85 million. Oh, do well. Sorry, it's okay.
Wait, you got the player as well? Yeah. See you later.
Yeah. Ruab Khalidia says everything else is fine. Who pissed off Howson and chased him away? I have a feeling it's either Jesus or Adam. No one pissed him off and chased him away. He's just not here. Dad and
Joe punched him.
Say, if we had this team 2 or 3 years ago, we would have won the league every single year. I unfortunately feel that Chelsea's 11 is too good this year. Well, it's less annoying if Chelsea win it than it is if the Scouts or City win it. Obviously, I prefer United to win it, but it is sort of. It shouldn't really work at Chelsea, but it does it? Doesn't it? Like their MO.
It's mad.
Like, let's get a manager in for 2 years, give him a bit of money,
Here's
and
a
then fuck
question
him off. But it always seems to work.
Yeah.
Do you think Ronaldo can win another Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
I think if we win the Premier League or the Champions League, he will win the Ballon d'Or this year. I honestly believe that.
I think Ronaldo's got a better chance if he's a success in this league of winning
That's what I'm
Ballon
saying.
d'Or than Messi will if he's a success just in France.
How many has he got? 6?
5.
5. And he's only got 1 with us, hasn't he?
Yeah. Disgrace.
So if he comes back.
He's got 5 Champions
I think
Leagues.
if we win the Premier League,
I reckon he ends his
Ronaldo will
career
get
with
Ballon
7
d'Or.
Ballon d'Ors and 7 Champions Leagues,
Shit.
which means 2 more.
4
coming
and
our way.
5 are coming.
And 21 and
3 minutes to go,
It's
Jay.
weird, when you talk about 2008. Because we'd won loads of league titles, we won the Champions League before. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you realise how just special that team was and how special it was at times.
I
you know
do.
What I mean? Like,
'Cause I was 19.
I don't think it's sunk in as much. But because of the years we've had since, when you look at it back, you think that was so.
Those barren
those
years.
those games those results you talk about, the Barca at Old Trafford, the 1-0 win, obviously the way we beat Chelsea in the final, everything else, the league, the way we did it, and as well in the league, is some of the results there. It was special. It was amazing seeing Ronaldo do that, what he did, because we've never had that before. Even in like 99, I think Dwight York was top scorer with 29 goals. Yeah, it wasn't like.
I can tell you right now, from you saying that, if we were in the league with Ronaldo, I will be in tears. Yeah, honestly, I will be in tears.
I remember, right?
I'd just lose it.
My dad and his mates, when Oldham beat Villa, Nick Henry scored the goal. Remember it? And United won their first title in 26. My dad and his mates were at his mate's house watching it, rolling tears. And he's like, many like he's got football.
I'm so much more likely to
cry now because it's been.
I'll cry if we win. I don't think I would ever cry if we lose. It don't hit me like that.
No.
But seeing us win,
different emotion in it.
I was close to tears after 09 and 11.
Yeah.
Because I've never felt it. It's childish because I was an adult.
You were 20.
I've never felt so helpless watching a game.
Yeah.
Like, I've always had this thing, especially under Fergie, where it's a cliche, United will always score or we can always win. When we were 2-1, 3-1 down in those finals, 2-0, 3-1, I just knew it was over. And that's... Like, I remember saying things like, just fucking smash them. Like, you just get angry and you just want people to get hurt.
What was worse, Rome or Wembley? Which 09 or 11?
Probably Rome, because Wembley we had that glimpse.
Yeah.
With Rooney scoring.
Rome was just the 5 minutes, wasn't it, at the beginning?
Park should have scored, Ronaldo
and that was game over. And also, we can't speak ill of him because I love the man, but I was fuming with Fergie. We're not starting with Tevez.
Yeah.
In 09.
What about Berbatov in 11?
Not even in the squad.
The thing,
Michael Owen.
09 was worse. We've got a minute to go.
Danny Shields says 5,000 watching, 1,800 likes. Come on. Folks,
yeah, let's get to 3,000 likes before.
Word that YouTube won't allow, apparently. Oh, right. 97 to get to 700. Get on it. Yeah, let's get to 2,000.
Please subscribe as well if you aren't subscribed already.
Says, is Tomiyasu a good signing for Arsenal?
No, I don't know enough.
Don't know enough about him. Can't say.
Oh, breaking news.
Arsenal's biggest ever transfer window. Spent almost £160 million. It's their biggest ever window. And you could say that not one of those players is of top quality.
No, I look at that list of players they've got, including this youngster. I mean, I don't know a lot about some of them, but there's no one where you go, well, that's going to make the difference. No.
They remind me of United under Moyes and Van Gaal.
Isn't it amazing? Like you look. Remember that time when it was 9 seasons on the spin?
Can I stop you there?
That even United or Arsenal in the league.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, Bruce!
Slam the window shut. Deadline day. Manchester United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo on transfer deadline day, and that's it.
Wow.
Viva Ronaldo.
But you know what? Do you know what we'll do? Before we go, I think we should go round and have a little wrap up of what's gone on today.
United
Sorry to interrupt you there, James.
No, it's fine.
Slammed shut.
Yes.
We heard it.
Yes, it has slammed shut. So today, in terms of what Manchester United have done, Ronaldo confirmed, done in his shirt, posing for pictures.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Let everyone.
I hope he's still got
drink it in.
I hope he's still got it.
Of course, he's still got it.
I think he has, but I'm scared.
He scored Lukaku last year.
I know.
Thank you.
You have to tell me that.
Hey, I'll give it a week before he's top scorer in the Premier League. So that's happened. Yeah. Dan James confirmed done deal to Leeds. Mm-hmm. That's happened. Other rumours that we thought might happen. Cavani, is he going somewhere? There was a bit of a, little bit of a snifter of that one. Not happening. Van der Beek, is he going on loan somewhere? Not happening.
Martial, there was like a sort of 11th hour rumour that Martial could be heading to PSG. Mac had a word with him, said you're not going anywhere, son. So it's kind of what we expected, I think, today. Mm-hmm. We got the sort of inclination that United weren't going to do any more business. Yep. Didn't like any DMs going to come in. Niguez went to Chelsea. Camavinga went to Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. Those were the two ones we've been linked with the most. Yep. Other than slight links, mainly fan-led with Neves. Yep. Others, which was just absolute fan talk of Basuma. There was no real stories there, other than we want him or fans want him. We've been looking for that story for 6 months, and it's
not. Journalists aren't stupid, you know.
No.
Like, they see on Twitter United fans, thousands of them want Basuma. So if I do an article about Basuma, guess what? Thousands of them are going to click.
You have to look. Well, you know, we get these articles when we do the news in the morning, and you'll see that United, and it'll say things like United urged to sign Basuma. Yeah. And it'll be like Tim Sherwood on Talk Sport or something.
Yeah. Or they'll have a selection of 5 fan tweets.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's not a story.
No.
That's just, you know what I mean? And then those tweets, if you even do a deep dive, and it's like some like Marshall_12 with like 5 followers or something. It's like,
well, I know some people.
Come on.
I know there's some people out there who do YouTube videos, and they have ITK accounts.
I know that. I know you're
that
talking
they
about.
tweet from and then go live about it.
I've blocked that account. Yeah. I did. I blocked.
That's like us making an in the no account going, boom, this guy tweeting
like
from
me sitting here going, Joe Smith tweeted earlier that United are going to buy, you know, De Bruyne. Yeah. Don't know if it's true or not. We're trying to get it confirmed, and it's just nonsense.
And then, we've got it confirmed. It wasn't true.
Yeah.
But you've already got my.
Right. So there is that. I think we have to. We do our due diligence here. And if we think a story is rubbish,
I mean,
we'll say that like McCullough did outside Old Trafford on Friday morning. He said that Ronaldo's story was nonsense.
We could have licked a million views on that day if we wanted to just go and break the internet. Yeah. But we feared also the backlash of being wrong.
You could be wrong, and also you told things as trust as well, innit? And it's like,
you don't want to break that.
Like, it's difficult. But, you know.
I don't trust anybody.
Shall we rate Manchester United's transfer window out of 10?
Yes.
21.
Let us know in the comments what you think as well. Rate Manchester United's transfer window.
It's either 21 or 4, or it's both.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
An 8.
I think a DM would have made it a 10. I think with what we've got, it's an 8.
8.
Yeah, I'd tend to agree with that.
Madness.
But yeah, we signed Ronaldo.
I know, mate. I'm
so
tempted to give it a 10 just
on
for
Wednesday. The way I felt on Wednesday and the way I feel now, it's a 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, I'm going to give it a 10 as well. Not because I think it couldn't have been better, but I think if you think about what that rating scale should be, it means that a 10 is the top 5% of potential windows. Do you know what I mean? It's 9.5 or higher in terms of what you could possibly actually expect. I think that is in the top 5% of expectable windows. I think that's sensational by United. I think it could have been better, but it couldn't have been a higher rating. That's a 10 out of 10 window.
We brought Ronaldo home.
We brought fucking Ronaldo, we bought Varane, and we bought Jadon Sancho. Before the window started, we sat here and genuinely said, or questioned, will we sign anyone of note this summer? Yeah. There were rumours that we wouldn't sign anyone this summer, or, you know, no one that's going to improve the first team. We've brought in 3 of the best players in the world, and we're acting like it, no offence, Jay, like it might be an 8. I can't see how it could have been much better. Yes, we could have got a CDM, but a 10 out of 10 window doesn't mean you improved every player in the team. It means it was incredible.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a Manchester United player.
There you go.
I know.
Listen, when Ronaldo left when I was 21.
Yeah. You're now 41.
Do you know how much has changed?
I know.
You've
got gout.
Listen,
bro. I feel like
cry when we're in the league
saying, this year,
it's an 8 because it does feel like a 10 out of 10 with what you said with the Sancho getting out of the line, Varane amazing, and Ronaldo. I just feel like for me the perfect window, just completely perfect, would have been that DM.
But you see, we would have been calling it a 10 if we never had Ronaldo and we had a DM.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's different.
Ronaldo's an equaliser.
To be honest with you,
to anything, you got Pep in your dugout. All right, cool. We got Ronaldo up front. You got Klopp. All right, cool. We got Ronaldo up front. Pussies. You can't.
Aquila Rossa says
got Ronaldo up front.
And
Cavani.
Aquila Rossa says kept Pogba, kept Cavani, brought in Sancho, Varane and Ronaldo. Best window in ages. Yeah.
Best window ever.
Cavani and Ronaldo tops. How many goals have they got between them? Like 1,600. They've got as many goals between them as Pele claims to have.
Amazing. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's going to become our leading goal scorer historically.
Yeah.
He's going to beat Rooney's record.
Can I just say one thing that's completely unrelated to this?
Do what you want, bro.
I'm sick of kit swaps. They've devalued that first picture of a player in the new kit because they're so good now that you literally think, is that real? Like, you showed me that picture of Ronaldo before in the United kit, and my face went, that's a kit swap. My head went, that's a kit swap. I'm sick of them. People putting out kit swaps weeks before. I know we do it, and they look good. No, but I'm just saying because they're difficult to do. It requires good work. It's a graphic design thing. It's impressive. It's good. Personally,
Ari Garlow one got shared by.
Yeah, no, I get it. They're impressive.
Rival fan channels. Yeah,
no, but also
like the United use it at one point or something.
Everyone
stupid.
They're impressive, but part of me is like,
one was like that.
I see that picture of Ronaldo. My first thought is that's a Photoshop. Fuck that. I want to see that and go, oh my god, it's here. Now it's like I've been seeing kit swaps. I've been seeing Ronaldo in the new United shirt for 3 weeks. I'm sick of it.
It's the way the world is now.
I know
like
it is.
we get the rumors from
AI
before it happens.
I get it.
Back in the day, we would have just got Ronaldo's
Yeah,
back.
well, exactly.
Was it? What was the first sort of story you remember being broke on the internet? Can you remember?
Oh, internet.
Like, what was your first sort
Giggs and Imogen Thomas.
I was thinking transfers. But fine.
For me, it was.
Serious talk.
Fair enough.
Serious real talk.
Because mine was Van Persie. Was it the blood vial? Was that Van Persie?
No, it's Pogba the blood vial.
Oh, what was Van Persie? Someone said he's in for a medical.
Do you know who broke that? Report wise.
Well,
I was giving credit for this. It's a bit of a weird one. Dave McDonald from The Mirror.
What, Van Persie?
Yeah. I always remember that. Because I remember thinking it was nonsense.
I remember I
may have tweeted that.
Was
Not
that
to him, but...
It was in 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Me and my dad had gone down to London to watch the marathon at the Olympics that day, and we were on the overground.
Fucking excellent weekend that must have been.
What spending time with you?
Spending time with your family going to watch the London Olympics.
Watching person run past every fucking hour.
Yeah.
Right.
One person.
Do you think there's one person that runs a marathon?
No, loads, but...
Right, so about.
Yeah, but they all run together. Then
I think we're missing the point of this story.
And we were like on the overground, so you go underground. We heard that Van Persie might be coming to United. Like, there's rumour this could be happening.
Yeah.
No chance. We go underground, come back out, and it's basically confirmed. Absolute madness. That was incredible.
That was a good one, that.
Yeah.
It might have been, but that Ryan Giggs thing was the
I remember, the Andy Cole one? I had to wait for the evening newspaper, physical paper to drop like that.
But at least back then you had this sort of evening press as well as...
that was it. It was evening press. It was evening paper.
I remember Dwight York getting announced on the news, and I was like, not having it.
Eric was...
Where's Patrick Kluivert, you fucking wanker?
Eric was the news. That was Ronaldo reports.
Yeah.
Eric Cantona.
When he retired?
No, don't get me started.
Don't talk to me.
Oh my God.
No, when it was announced he'd signed for us.
When he retired, it's finished. Worst day of my life.
But anyway, should we wrap it up there?
Yes.
That's been Transfers Live. Make sure you're checking out Manscaped. Thanks for them.
Yeah, thank you to Manscaped.
Aquila said, kept Pogba, kept Cavani, brought in Sancho, Varane and Ronaldo. Best window in ages.
We've read
Liquid
that
says,
already.
do you think we actually have a player that can do what Fred does? You have a fan, a couple of them that can do what Fred
Honestly,
does.
I'm not far off agreeing with that. I think he's a little bit underrated, Fred. But yeah, before we go, make sure you check out Manscaped. Use the code Paddock Live. Genuinely, a brilliant product. I know, obviously, if you've got this far in, we're 3 hours in here. You've probably seen us talk about Manscaped before, but genuinely, we all use it. It is brilliant. Check out the link in the description. Use the code Paddock Live for 20% off and free shipping. It's the sort of thing you should have in your life anyway, so you might as well get 20% off because it's genuinely a game changer.
Sheikh Suhabeen says CR7 out of 10 for the transfer window ranking. I like that. Don't forget as well, check out the merchandise. I don't know if you just said that. Forgive me.
Yeah.
PaddockMerch.com.
Next week we get to watch Ronaldo play for United again.
If he plays.
You know he's played.
Wow.
Listen, Joel's got tickets for that game. He got tickets before Ronaldo, so I'll give him credit.
Course he did.
I got tickets when I had COVID. My dad rang and was like, I've got tickets for Newcastle game. Great.
So you planned on being a super spreader that weekend? Is that what it was?
I didn't think I'd have it for 6 weeks.
Wow, you have.
I've had a test today.
Yeah, I hope Ronaldo doesn't play in that game.
He's playing.
Just to fuck your plan. Right.
This has been Transfers
I'm
Live.
sorry.
That's
I
been Joe
didn't mean
Smith.
that. That sounded
That's
really
been
bad.
Adam McCullough.
I'm
I've
sorry.
been Jay Motti. Thanks for watching.